Friends, Romans, countrymen, we are live. Here we are. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. We're going to answer some of your questions tonight. I am going to start the night off by going over some discussion that I was having earlier today because I think it'll be quite enlightening for the folks out there. But really, what I wanted to talk about was stashing these backup running backs. Earlier today, I posted a video about it, but I'm going to have a little conversation about it until folks are coming on in the chat here and have their own questions. But I think one thing that not enough people are doing in Dynasty specifically is stashing a ton of these backup running backs. The Ramondre Stevensons, Kamani Vidal, Rico Dowdle, Zach Charbonnet, Tyler Algier. All these guys in Dynasty are giving you a ton of production and a ton of runway. And if you had been picking them up in the offseason or making smart little fourth-round picks, and a little bit of trades here and there, absolutely is paying you your rewards. Is Kamani Vidal starting this week? Yes, he should be. I have not heard any news otherwise, and I don't believe Amarian Hampton is coming back this week. I think there is going to be a little bit. Why is there a .005? What are you talking about? I don't get it. I don't get the question. JK for Travis Etienne. To be honest, Joe, I'm probably going to lean the Travis Etienne side. J.K. Dobbins actually has a pretty tough schedule the rest of the season here, and I just believe in what I am seeing out of Etienne so far this season. There's a 7.75. Mario. There's a 7.75. I'm not sure still what we're referring to. Oh, right here? Yeah. Uh-huh. It must be first down bonus. This league has first down bonuses. Flowers or Sutton. It is going to be pretty clearly for me, Cortland Sutton. Should I sell Kamani? Well, here's the thing. We're getting a trade done on Thursday before the NFL game. Meet you in the Discord. Let's effing go. Let's go, Chop Boy. That's what we've been waiting for. That's what we've been waiting for. 49ers 2-6. Damn, man. I'm sorry, bro. Did I pick a Bam Knight or start Vidal? Honestly, man, I actually like the Bam Knight upside. I think he gets Dallas's defense this week, if I remember correctly. And I'm going to double check for you, but I'm pretty sure he does. And I kind of love giving me some Bam Knight action here. Sorry, I forget he's under Zonovan. Zonovan Knight. Yes, he does. He's getting Dallas coming off the bye. I love me some Bam Knight this week, guys. I think, everyone's out there going to be talking about which guy to pick up and what we should be doing. Dustin's saying, what's up, man? Benson is sitting on my waiver wire. How much fob would you get on him? Honestly, bro, I'd drop it all. Like, I know it sounds aggressive, but how greedy are we going to get with our fob this season and be like, oh, well, if I just wait longer, maybe I'll be able to get a better starting running back. I don't think you will, man. Like, we're already halfway through the season. This is probably your best chance to get a talented back and give yourself, some runway for the playoffs here. I'm not going to lie, though. Definitely has a decently tough schedule. I mean, like, Trey Benson and the Cardinals here, got to play the Seahawks and the Niners again. Luckily for you guys, he gets the Cincinnati Bengals in the fantasy championship, so that should be like a massive W. But outside of that, I got over on TikTok here. I got Addison for Etienne and a third-round pick. Probably going to be taking the Addison side pretty comfortably here, man. Very comfortably, actually. I got Juan over on the YouTube. What's up, man? I have Juwan Johnson, Hawkinson, Taylor. Should I drop one of them for Bam Knight or drop Hollywood Brown? Drop Hollywood Brown, man. I think at this point, the Hollywood experiment's over. It's Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Travis Kelce, back to the norm, and that's about it, man. We've got Nicholas saying, looking to move. Malik Neighbors, what should I ask for? Jesus. I mean, Nicholas, first off, let me know in the chat. Is this Dynasty or Redraft? I'm assuming Dynasty, because I do recognize you, and I feel like you've asked me Dynasty questions before, but maybe not. Chris saying, love the content, or love the channel / shorts. Keep up the good work, man. Appreciate the advice. Hey, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. I'm trying out here, grinding for you guys, doing the best I can. Hopefully can help a lot of folks win their leagues this year. You know, your boy is a little too invested in the fantasy football these days, you know. Ethan over on TikTok is asking, would you rather have JSN and Chuba for James Cook and Judkins PPR? This is a brutal one. I think, like, Ethan, it all depends on your roster, right? Like, I'm assuming this is a redraft question. If you have a ton of wide receivers already and you're rolling with a Devontae Adams and, you know, you've got Michael Pittman and Stephon Diggs and a couple other guys that are going to keep you afloat, I'll say, fine, move off JSN, get yourself 2 stud running backs here, or if you're really running back needy. But honestly, if your wide receiver 2 is, you know, like Josh Downs or something, then I can't really in good conscience suggest that for you. So I'd say pretty roster dependent. Nicholas over on the YouTube, again, right on, man, following up. He says, it's Dynasty. Gotcha. Well, I think, Nicholas, like 2 things, man. You probably heard me talk about this the other day. One, my first question for you would be, like, why are we trying to move off Malik Neighbors? Like, do you already just have a loaded wide receiver room? Are you completely rebuilding? Like, where are you at? I mean, he's 22, and so even if he's a rebuilder, if you're a rebuilding roster, you probably are, like, just holding him. Now, if you're an ultimate contender or something, and because he's giving you no points, you want to split the asset and still try to come out on the winning side, I would say, like, getting Garrett Wilson, a 26 first, and the equivalent of, like, a second-round pick. So, like, a Zach Charbonnet, someone with some upside for the future, maybe a Kenny Walker, Chuba Hubbard, someone like that. Be a package I'd probably be fine with doing for Neighbors, you know, as long as I'm getting still, like, at least a A-tier wide receiver like Garrett Wilson coming back to me, like a Ladd McConkey, maybe take a little bit of a tier down but still get some kickback. So like I was saying, G. Wilson, Ladd McConkey, something like that, a first-round pick, and then give me a running back that's got some upside. All right, I'm going to juggle all the chats across platforms. Guys, if you are watching on TikTok, please drop a follow so that I can pin your comments. It won't let me do that unless you are following over on this channel. If you're over on YouTube or the T-Witch, I'd be happy to get to you guys as well. Your chat experience is going to be a tiny bit better over there, not going to lie. But, you know, whatever floats your boat, guys. Whatever floats your boat. We got Trade Titans Episode 2 tomorrow. Dynasty content obviously coming your guys' way. We got a special guest. It's going to be an awesome time. Another fantasy creator just like myself. It's going to be a surprise. I'll obviously post it in the morning as the release, but mark your calendars. 5 p.m. tomorrow Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern. You're going to want to tune in. It's going to be an absolute blast, and we'll be breaking down all your trade questions that you guys have been posting in the Discord for the week. If you're not already a member of the Discord, go ahead and hop on in there. Totally free. It's pinned on my profile. DynastyPriceCheck.com. You can just click the Join Free Discord button right over there. I got Adam over on YouTube saying, redraft, any suggestion on who you could package Worthy and JCM for? Wide receiver, running back upgrade, was thinking about offering CD for Puka just to avoid buys. That's fine. It's like a pretty lateral move, to be honest. I think if you're talking like what you could package Worthy and JCM for, I mean, JCM's value has gone into the absolute oblivion, unfortunately. And like, if I hate to say I told you so, but I had been telling you guys for weeks and weeks and weeks, get rid of the man, and here you are, and now you're holding the bag. So sorry about that one, but you know, I think if you still have some people that are JCM believers out there, you're taking JCM and Xavier Worthy, and you're trying to go get Ken Walker, who's, you know, depleted in value and might still have some upside for you. You're trying to go get somebody else that people are, you know, depressed on, or at least have had a ton of injuries or coming back from IR, maybe like a Terry McLaurin, maybe like a Trey Benson, somebody like that. You're really not going to get a whole lot. I'm not going to lie. I got Dustin over on YouTube saying, how do we feel about the Chargers D this week? Yeah, I think the Chargers will be fine. Remind me, let me see, like, what's going on here? We got Justin Herbert. They're playing the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, I think you'll be just fine, my friend. Think you'll be just fine. I knew it was a good matchup. Should I trade Benson for Amari and Hampton? Yeah, as quick as humanly possible. I mean, if you can somehow get Amari and Hampton for Trey Benson, that's the biggest steal I've ever seen. Riptide saying, redraft. I have CMC, Judkins, Genty, Diggs, Sutton, and Smith. How do I upgrade at wide receiver? Yeah, I mean, pretty clear to me. You're taking you're probably trusting the Ash and Genty train here, and you're taking Judkins, and you're pairing him with like a Stephon Diggs or a Cortland Sutton, and you're going for Puka. Like, Puka or JSN. Those are your only 2 options. I don't want anybody else. Jamar Chase. Fine. 3. You get 3. Those are the 3 you got, and that's about it. All right, I got folks over on TikTok. Appreciate you coming through. Going to pin some comments here and get through them. If you're not already following, please drop a follow so I can pin your comments here, guys. Corey says, who wins this trade? Keenan Allen and Bill for BTJ. I'm going to take the BTJ side pretty comfortably. Kale, this is a Dynasty question. Love to see him. Kale, if you're not already in the Discord, my man, would love to see you in there. Either join through the website, pin on my profile, or send me a direct message over TikTok right now that says Discord. Be more than happy to have you in there and talk more Dynasty. But he's saying, I just got Troy Franklin in a mid-26 second for JCM. Massive W. Unbelievably massive W. Like, here, I'm going to highlight it because I want to talk about it for a second, and this is what we do. Kale's over here talking about buying Troy Franklin. For my Dynasty players out there, this is a great buy right now. You know, he's 22 years old. Played with Bo Nix at Oregon. They already got great chemistry and good rapport together. Not to mention, like, on top of that, you're seeing a nice little breakout coming from him. And I think the other great part about it is 2 of the big games he's had this season against the Giants and the Colts are both good defenses. That Giants front 7 is no joke, and the Colts have been playing real well. Obviously, last week he finds the end zone twice against Dallas. But he is ridiculous. He is like a serious threat to have wide receiver 2 upside for the foreseeable future on a pretty high-powered Denver offense. And he's only 22 years old. And at 6'3", you know, the man's got a fantastic athletic profile, ability to go up and catch passes, high point the ball, and he's a great athlete. So I think if you can go out and buy Troy Franklin and you're some sort of retooling or rebuilding roster, he's a great target for you. And if you have him, you know, right now already, lucky enough to hold on to him. I got Adam over on YouTube. What's up, man? He said, I also got Josh Allen and Judkins for Mahomes, Worthy, and Kamara. I lost Scat. Yeah, I like that. Nicholas says, I'm in a 10-man dynasty. I have Kyler, T-Law, Dak, CMC, Judkins, JCM, JSN, CD, Pittman, McBride. I am first in the league, and I have Malik on IR. I don't know if my roster's strong enough to win. No, your roster's strong enough to win, dude. You got Dak giving you top 5 production. CMC and Judkins, obviously studs. CMC is going to probably finish number 1 overall. JSN, wide receiver 1. CD, wide receiver 5. You know, Pittman's playing fantastic for you, and you got the best tight end in football. I'm not panicking on my league neighbors here, my friend. Rigged Monkey, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you coming over on the T-Witch. Guys, depending on where you're following me or watching me on right now, I would appreciate a little free follow. Helps me grow on the platforms. And if you're specifically watching over on TikTok, go ahead and follow so I can pin your comments and answer your questions. Makes my chat a hell of a lot more readable. I got Kyler over here on TikTok saying, I have JT. Someone offered me Gibbs, Ladd, Tyler Warren for JT, Adunze. Would you do it? Honestly, man, I would do this deal because, to be completely frank with you, I think the standard deviation between JT and Gibbs is going to be less than the upside you're getting between Adunze and Ladd and Tyler Warren combined. And so, like, again, I think if we just do the math here, like, obviously JT's playing insane, right? Like, there's no denying it, and he's clearing away RB1 right now, right? And if we look, he's already at 216 points this season. Now, if I look at Gibbs, you know, he's probably in the 160 range, I would guess, 140. So, yeah, I mean, JT's clearly above him here, but I would hope that, you know, the difference between Ladd McConkey and Tyler Warren are going to make up those 60 points over the course of the season. And so that would be the reason I'm leaning the package side. But I'm not going to lie, pretty hard. Nico saying, I sent you my roster Discord DMs. I'll try to help you out, man. I can't get to all the DMs on the Discord, but if you do need a full roster breakdown for Dynasty, just hop over to my website, dynastypricecheck.com, get yourself a Dynasty detox, and I'll break the whole thing down for you. I've got Jalapeno over on T-Witch. What's up, man? I'm a Dynasty trade. London in a 3rd and a 27-2 for Neighbors. I'm rebuilding dead last. Yeah, if you're rebuilding, this is totally fine with me. You went from London to Neighbors. You didn't even have to give up a first. I'm totally good with that. Kate Hahn's asking, why is everyone so high on JCM? It's a fantastic question. I was never high on JCM. I'm still not high on JCM, and I feel completely good about it. Got Hubbard or Tracy over here. I think, to be completely frank, I saw Dan Canales come out this week and say, yeah, we're probably going to have to lean more towards Rico. He's shown us too much to deny it, and I don't blame him for that. So, it is probably going to be the Rico Dowdle show this week, at least a bit more. I still think Chuba will get 35 to 40% of the touches. All that being said, probably going to lean Tyrone Tracy just for the opportunity there until I see how the touch split actually looks in Carolina. But, it's not like I'm a big Tyrone Tracy guy. In fact, I'm really not at all. I got Rigged Monkey over on the T-Witch asking some questions, as well as Dustin on YouTube asking, how do you feel about Woody Marks rest of the season? Well, look, I'll put it this way, man. Woody's got some good matchups coming up. Jacksonville's allowing some rushing yards, especially on those dump-off passes. Tennessee is obviously a dumpster fire. You get Arizona and Las Vegas in 2 of the fantasy playoff weeks, right? So you'll have some decent opportunities here. Now, Indy and KC aren't exactly, matchups I'm looking forward to from a Woody Marks perspective. Not really my, favorite play, but at this point, he is like a flex play because of the receiving work. So I think rest of season, I have him as maybe a top 30 back, but nothing crazier than that. Yo Man Joe, thank you for coming through on the T-Witch, man. Appreciate the follow and joining in over here. He says, what do you think the trade value of Pittman in Dynasty is right now? That's a great question, man. I'm a big Michael Pittman guy, and I was all offseason. I do feel like people in Dynasty specifically, they get so bored with consistency. And the fact of the matter is outside of the 41 finish last year where he had a broken back all season and Anthony Richardson could barely even toss the ball, he had 13, 20, 17. That's 3 top 20 finishes in 3 years in a row. And honestly, people very, very, very much disrespect Michael Pittman. Putting up 3 top 20 seasons in a row on an offense that is not pass first is tough. It's tough. And he's giving you a solid production here. Now, obviously, he's sitting at wide receiver 6 this season. I'm feeling great about how high I was on him this offseason because of that and how many shares I own of him. But for the immediate right now, I think you're not giving Michael Pittman up for anything less than a late first. I value Michael Pittman in a similar range as a Xavier Worthy or a Jordan Addison right now. And I know that might seem like a little high, but he's only 28 years old. He just turned 28. You're going to get at least 2 to 3 more good years out of him. He's giving you, at least right now, top 10 production. I think that'll come back to the mean. He'll probably finish around wide receiver 12 to 14. But that's what you're getting. I mean, if you're taking a first-round pick wide receiver right now, you're blessed if you're getting a top 15 finish out of him. And so I have absolutely no issue if you're a contending team sending a late first for Michael Pittman. Definitely am not giving him up for second-round picks. He's too valuable. I got Juan over on the tube saying I traded McConkey and Harvey for Gibbs. Is this a good trade? I have London and Amon-Ra. McConkey and Harvey for Gibbs. Yes, that is a good trade. Rigged Monkey saying, who do I try to get for Dobbins, preferably a running back? Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to switch J.K. Dobbins for just a lateral running back, you're just taking a swing on somebody else whose value's depleted. So I'd say your best chance there is Ken Walker, swing upside, because I still believe in him, but I can't confidently tell you that, Zach Charbonnet isn't going to steal those goal line touches. Your boy JD, thank you for coming through on the T-Witch, man. Appreciate you. He says, should I give up CMC for St. Brown and Javonte Williams? Yeah, I probably would. I don't love it, but, I'm not a guy that often tells you guys to move off, one of the top players in fantasy, but I am crazy high on St. Brown. I think Javonte is giving you fantastic production. The Dallas defense is so bad, they're just going to have to continue to put up points on offense. If I remember right, Javonte is running back 5, and he is. He's running back 5, almost like I do this all day. Yes, I would do the package deal there. Nicholas is saying, in my redraft league, I just traded Devontae Adams, Kyron, Mooney for Saquon and Ibuka. How do we feel about this? Yeah, I'm fine with this. I mean, to be completely frank, man, I do think Ibuka's really coming back to earth right now, and so moving off Devontae Adams isn't exactly my favorite, but I do think Barkley's in for a good second half of the season. Got Jackson over here. I'm going to pin you up on TikTok, man. If you guys are watching over on TikTok and you're one of the 100 out there, you're not already following, can't pin your comments up unless you are a quick follower here, so make sure you follow along. I can try to make my chat a bit more readable, get to your guys' questions real quick. I got Kid Ninja over here on T-Witch saying I have the Broncos and Colts D. Which one should I keep? Probably the Colts. Pat Surtain's out now, and the Colts have a little bit of an easier schedule rest of the season. I've got Jackson over on TikTok saying, did Chuba and Woody for Garrett Wilson? Is that good? I love that. I love that. That's a perfect package deal. Capitalizing on the Woody Marks performances, giving yourself some better runway. Creole over on T-Witch. What's up, man? Do you think Harrison Jr. or Chase Brown should be in my flex? It's going to be Chase Brown for me. I've not seen enough from Marv to really get me that excited, to be frank. And I think at least what you're getting out of Chase Brown now is that Joe Flacco's got the offense rolling. He's finding some dump-off passes. Only 3 targets last week, but obviously he takes the long one for a touchdown. Seeing some decent rushing attempts, and at least they're rolling now, to where before they could not get anything going. Too many turnovers. Joe Flacco's at least keeping them in the game here. So I'm going to be going Chase Brown until I see more out of Marv. Yo Man Joe, I lost Scattaboo in my redraft league. I need to get a reliable piece. I traded JSN and Pickens for Bijan and Waddle. What do you think? I think this is fine. I mean, you did get, one of the best 3 running backs in the league here. And on top of that, you got Jalen Waddle, who's going to give you solid wide receiver 2 production. So I got no problem with that. Raul is saying, should I do Higgins for Olave or who else? I would love to have Olave for T. Higgins. So, yeah, let's do that. Bro, I sit Chase Brown, ? I wouldn't. I mean, it depends on what the rest of your roster looks like, but I would just say roll with him if you don't have better options. UFC Nerd, what's up, man? I recognize you as a follower. Can pin your comment nice and easy here. He says, what running back should I start for Drake or Nico? I have Amon-Ra St. Brown and Pickens. What running back should you target for Drake or Nico? I mean, if you're going to be flipping a premium wide receiver like that, I'd hope we could get a Kyron Williams back. Kyron Williams, James Cook's probably a little bit out of your price range. Maybe a Josh Jacobs would be fantastic. A Javonte Williams would probably be a good buy for that range as well. I think all those give you some runway there. I would have had Woody Marks and Travion at RB. Yeah, no, you had to make a move there, Joe. I don't blame you at all for that one. You got my full support there. I got Chase over here on TikTok. What's up, Chase? He says, Kraft or Ferguson. To be frank, man, I'm probably starting Tucker Kraft each and every week the rest of the season here. Now, I'm not saying that means I'm going to bench Jake Ferguson. You do have a flex spot. I got no issue playing 2 tight ends, especially if they're your best players. I don't want to, have any tight end prejudice here. Whoever's the best guy that's going to score me points is playing. But that's where I'm leaning on it. Next episode over here is saying, I need waiver wire wide receiver, possible suggestions. Yeah, man, I mean, I can give you some breakouts here on guys that are having some decent weeks here. Obviously, top of the list is going to be Troy Franklin. If he's not already picked up by you, I think you got to grab him. He's a guy that's, mostly available out there. I think outside of that, we got to talk about Jalen Knoll. He's actually playing damn well for the Houston Texans right now, and I think he's earned a solid look. If you haven't already checked if he's on your waiver wire, he's a good opportunity. I think outside of that, we're talking about guys like sorry, my neck. Talking about guys like Malik Washington, who a lot of guys dropped off the Dolphins. Dolphins are still going to have their spike weeks, and they got Baltimore this week, which is not exactly the shining staple of defense this year. Not to mention, got the Jets coming up, the Steelers who allow plenty, and the Cincinnati Bengals in the playoffs. So could be a guy that, keeps you afloat down the stretch. Outside of that, I don't think you have a ton of waiver wire options this week, unfortunately. Got Matthew out here. Matthew, what's up, man? If you guys are not following over on TikTok and that's where you're watching, go ahead, drop a follow so I can pin your comments here and make my chat a bit more readable. If you haven't checked me out over on the T-Witch or on the tube that's made for you, red app, purple app, chat experience is going to be far better over there. I'm just saying, guys. Same username, Dynasty Price Check. Would love to see you over there. I've got Creole over on T-Witch saying, what about Olave or Chase Brown? It's got to be Olave, man. And, I think what people are not recognizing is that going into Week 8, Chris Olave was the second most targeted player in all of football. Just behind your main man, Jamar Chase, being fed by Joe Flacco, might I add. But Chris Olave, his target volume's insane. He logs another 12 targets this week, catches 8 of them. He's been incredibly efficient. Wide receiver 8 on the season. Sorry, wide receiver 9, I guess, this week now on the season. But my man is putting out fantastic numbers, and if it's between him and Chase Brown, I'm leaning Olave. I think it's just a far safer move. Sebong, thank you so much for the follow, my man, over on TikTok. Appreciate it. We've got Matthew coming through. Thank you kindly. And he says, cheesesteak over here, saying, would you drop Franklin for Watson? No, I wouldn't. I mean, Christian Watson will have his weeks. He's actually probably going to be relatively fantasy relevant, but doesn't get me crazy excited. I think it's going to be pretty sporadic with those Packers pass catchers. Brees for Nico Collins. I probably would do that deal. I don't trust the Jets offense at all. So, Sebong, thanks for the follow, man. Vidal or Troy Franklin for my flex. I think you got to go Vidal just based off the volume he's getting, but that's the direction I'd lean with it. Troy Franklin's more of a fringe depth piece for these bye weeks, Joe's over on T-Witch saying, do I continue to trust Caleb Williams or is it his time to move on? I think you're doing fine with Caleb Williams. He gives you some rushing upside, so it's not like I'm telling you over here like you have to move off him tomorrow. Now, is he my favorite quarterback to own? No, not at all. But at the same time, I think he's doing fine for you. He'll be a serviceable fantasy quarterback. What do you think about Sutton this week versus Olave? No, we're going Olave, man. At this point, Chris Olave is a top 10 wide receiver, and his target volume is insane. You're not going to get me to tell you to start probably anybody over Olave unless you ask me about Jackson Smith and Jigba or Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson or, one of the big five. Nico says over on TikTok, he's saying, what do I do with Kamara? I know he'll be valuable in the playoffs if healthy. Yeah. I mean, you probably already heard my rant on this, so you already know, Nico. I love Kamara's playoff schedule. I talk about it all the time. I mean, if you can see here, Carolina, New York Jets, Tennessee Titans. Couldn't ask for anything better as a running back. So, got to feel pretty good about that. Sorry, guys. Got to feel pretty good about that. Outside of that, Kamara's going to, have his weeks, but looks like he's not going to be crazy consistent. So, definitely doesn't instill an outrageous amount of confidence in me, but I think he has pass catching upside. My main man, VIP in here. Good to see you, man. Look at you riding with me from the beginning, and now we got 100 in the chat across platforms over on TikTok, Twitch, and the Tube. Appreciate my man for sticking with me through here. He says Devonta Smith for super far seconds and a third, looking for depth. Totally, man. I love Devonta Smith. Big fan, always have been. Took him a lot in rookie drafts, however long ago, 4 years ago now, maybe. But loved his prospect and still do. I think the other side of this is that I think A.J. Brown is almost undoubtedly not on the Eagles next year. I just don't think that, between the locker room issues and his sort of diva personality, lack of volume, that he really wants to stick around there. So I think buying Devonta Smith right now could be a sneaky fantasy buy. He could be a locked and loaded wide receiver 1 on a Super Bowl contending team for the next several seasons. So I got no issue sending a bunch of seconds for Devonta Smith. I think Devonta Smith has crazy amount of upside for not paying a first-round pick for him. I am going to pin Kingston over here. Recognize you, my man. Appreciate you. If you're not already following over on TikTok, make sure you're following so I can pin your comments here. I'm going to hop over and get a couple of the questions from the Tube and from T-Witch. Cartier over on Twitch says, should I start Shaheed or Debo? I'm going to lean Debo. Prime over on YouTube is saying traded Henry, Tyler Warren, Abuka, and Swift for Bijan, Debo, and Walker. My team is Jaden Daniels, Gibbs, Bijan, JSN. Jeez, I mean, your team's loaded, man. Yeah, I'm good with that. Brian says, finally probably be able to use Puka this week. I hope so. I was in one of those chopped leagues with some of my boys here, some of the guys from the Discord. If you're not already in the Discord, go ahead and hop on in there, guys. Totally free. It's pinned on the website on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com. It'll be the best place to be this season, where you can talk to me on General Hangout almost every day in the voice channel, and I'll just help break down your teams for you. But outside of that, we were doing a chopped league here, and, I bought Puka for $400 the week he got hurt. Still have not gotten a start out of him. Blew my whole fob on him. It's just thank God I'm surviving over here, but waiting patiently to be able to use the man. Zach's back. What's up, Zach? Over on T-Witch, man. He says, is Adunze, Ladd, Jordan Mason, and Aaron Jones giving up too much for Puka if I have CD, Travis Hunter, Saquon, Vidal plus Hampton? Jordan is a Dunze, Ladd, Jordan Mason, and Aaron Jones. No, that's fine. Just package them all together, man. I mean, you got a solid roster here. I'm assuming you're only starting 2 wide receivers every week, and you've got solid running backs, so I'm probably fine with it. I mean, I'm hoping you have a little bit of depth here, because giving up Ladd and a Dunze might leave you a little thin at wide receiver, but, I'm assuming you already know that. Prime says, was 5-3, trending downhill, had to make a huge move. No worries, man. I mean, this is the time to go for it. Yeah, we're approaching the second half of the season. This is where champions are made. Horrific over on the tube says Bucky and McBride for Rome and Cook. I have Tyler Warren. Honestly, man, no. I don't think I'm going to do this. I think Trey McBride outscores Rome Odunze the rest of the season here, and I'd rather just flex McBride with Warren every week. I know you're getting Cook, but I think Bucky gets you at least 85% of James Cook's production, if not more, the rest of the season. And you kind of just have to be patient for one more week on Bucky. So I'm going to say no on that one, man. Let's see. I got Skittles over on the tube. What's up, man? Just traded Shakir and Dowdle for Jalen Waddle. Did I win? Yes, I do think that's a W. Iso Polo over on T-Witch says traded Pickens and Pitts for Bowers and Monty earlier today. Thoughts, kind sir. Appreciate the words, man. He says Pickens and Pitts for Bowers and Monty. I like this deal. I think, obviously you got a serious tier up at the tight end position. And, although Pickens to Monty isn't exactly my favorite move, I'm assuming if you were riding on George Pickens to win your championship rest of the season with just a wide receiver 2, you probably didn't have the firepower to make it the distance. So I'm not too worried about that one. Riptide says, was thinking about what you said. What do you think about Judkins plus Devonta for Amon-Ra St. Brown? I don't hate it. I mean, you're definitely getting a tier up at wide receiver. It just depends, Riptide. I think I was reading your roster a little earlier. Sorry, I read so many of these. Hard for me to remember every single person's off the top of my head. But, I think the real issue with that is just as long as you're not leaving yourself too thin at running back here. Because, Devontae Adams is, no, on second thought, I'm going to tell you not to do this, man. I'm going to tell you not to do this. I mean, Judkins is like a solid RB2 with RB1 upside any given week. Devontae Adams, dude, I'm going to double check. I think he's wide receiver 8, wide receiver 9 maybe on the season. And I just think dude, where is Adams? Why can I not find Devontae Adams here? Piss me off. I know he's on my team, though, so I'll just go to my team. How about that? There you go. He's wide receiver 12. All right, wide receiver 12. He's playing well. I'm not going to do that. I got Jordan Love for 25 in that Chop League. Yeah, dude, Joe, you kind of stole that one. That was a little wild. Dude, the quarterback value's been nuts in that league. Like one week I'm paying $35 for Joe Flacco. The next week I'm watching Baker Mayfield go for $10. I'm like, what the hell is happening? He is starting Jordan Mason, and his wide receiver 2 is Olave, so I think it's doable. Yeah, I think that's doable. Joe's saying, would you trade Garrett Wilson, Pickens, and J.K. Dobbins for Jamar Chase? Yeah, I would. I'll take Jamar Chase there. Is Josh Allen and Zay Flowers for Stroud, Bucky, and 2 firsts worth it? Josh Allen and Zay Flowers for Stroud, Bucky, and 2 firsts. Yeah, I guess I'll do this deal if you're in a rebuild and you want to move off Josh Allen. I would hope that the 2 firsts you're getting are not the 110 or later, and you're not just giving them straight to a contender here. That's kind of my real issue with the trade. But Zay Flowers, I'm not really too attached to. I think Bucky's obviously a huge upgrade on him. 2 firsts and Stroud should make up the difference for Josh Allen. Yeah, I'll do this deal. This is a good deal. I moved off Josh Allen this offseason in one of my leagues, and I actually was happy with the haul of it. I think, sorry, I'm just going to look. I got the trade review here somewhere, but, or however I see this, Lord knows. Whatever. Can I see? No, I can't see. That's fine. Whatever. I moved off Josh Allen this offseason in that league. I got a decent package. I got C.J. Stroud, Amarian Hampton, and JSN. This is before the season started, so I felt good about it. Z-Stock says, big one. Jesus, Z-Stock. I've got Neighbors, Ladd, Adunze, Sutton, Waddle, Devonta Smith, Myers, and Mooney. and I have Kyron, Warren, Dobbins, Etienne, and Chase Brown. Was wanting to try to send my first and Dobbins and Smith for Jefferson. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You have a deep squad. You can do that trade. I normally don't say to just package a million things together, but I think that's fine. Nolan says, is trading Amika and Etienne for Kyron a good trade? I need a second running back. I have JSN. Honestly, man, I don't think so, because I would guess that someone will give you a lot more for Amika. I know he's dropped down to only wide receiver 7 now, but he's still in the top 10. And, these last few weeks haven't looked as good on him. But I just think based off the start of the season, there's got to be someone in your league who's willing to just give you more than Kyron Williams, especially when you're adding Etienne. I think Kyron's great, but have you tried with the James Cook owner, the Josh Jacobs owner? Even Javonte Williams, I think, has a little bit more upside than Kyron the rest of the season. I would be shopping around a bit, because I think you could get more. Henry would be great, too. You could probably get Derrick Henry for that. Let's see. Not Adams, my bad. What is it? Oh, Devonta Smith. Yeah, Riptide. Then you're doing that for sure, man. You're doing that for sure. Aiden, what's up, man? Welcome into the YouTube, man. He says, trade Dak, London, and Bill for Lamar, Flowers, and Higgins. I just don't like a lot of the pieces in this trade. I'm probably just going to lean the Dak and London side. I'm going to keep the 2 pieces that are giving me, more upside in my mind. All right, Vlad's in here asking, is Brian Thomas Jr. still worth 227 first? This is a really tough question. In a vacuum, yeah, depending on where those firsts are. If they end up being the 107 and the 109, then yeah, I think he's worth it. He's a 22-year-old wide receiver that has a top 10 finish under his belt. Now, if they end up being the 102 and the 105 in 2027, and you miss out on Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams, then I'm going to be telling you, no, this is not worth a good deal at all. So I think you just got to be a little bit wary of the risk you're taking by sending these picks away so early and potentially missing out on, what some people consider to be some of the best wide receiving prospects we've seen in a while. But I still believe in Brian Thomas Jr., and I think he's going to have plenty of upside for the future here. Cash, what's up, man? How are you? All right, over on YouTube, I got Tyler Adams. What's up, man? Didn't know we had the famous United States soccer player Tyler Adams in here playing Dynasty Fantasy Football, but it's great to see. Says, just traded Swift and Wandale for Bucky, W or L. I am going to go ahead and say that was a massive W. Don Drake, what's up, man? Is Drake May and a first for Jaden Daniels and a second still a masterclass? I would probably rather have the Drake May side here. I know it sounds wild, but I'd probably rather have the Drake May side. Let's see. Cash is saying, trying to get a running back, looking up to give up Wandale Robinson. Who should I target? Probably not going to get a lot, man. I would say you're probably in that range of Chuba or Jalen Warren. That's probably about it. Ken Walker or Boutte. I am going to be going with Kenneth Walker here. We've got some folks asking, what do I do with Brian Thomas Jr.? Well, unfortunately, if you drafted him, you're probably stuck with him for the moment until he has a big game, and then you could maybe try to flip him again. He was starting to get some runway and get going, but to be completely frank, man, I'm not panicked on Brian Thomas Jr., and the reason is the volume. If you go look at this column I'm highlighting here, he's never failed to drop under 6 targets in a game. He's still averaging over 7 targets a game, 7.5. It's really good volume. If he was just able to convert on more of these, I think you'd be seeing, a top 20 wide receiver right now. Instead, he's wide receiver 35, and I got no issue with that. So I think he's still solid. It's Johnny. What's up? It's Johnny. Thank you for coming through on the T-Witch, man. Hopefully I can help you out and earn your follow here. Appreciate you finding me. He says, how do we feel about Jameson Williams? Do you think he's droppable? Yeah, look, I'm not a JMO guy personally. Never really have been. Now, my issue with dropping guys is just that I think if you drafted him in the first 10 rounds of your, redraft startup or whatever style you're playing in right now, I think somebody is, gonna be very very name bias and probably still take a swing on Jameson Williams. To that degree, I'm saying, like, I don't just like to drop players like that. I like to always just package them in a tier up if I'm going to get them off my roster anyway. So it's like, example would be if you have, Jalen Warren right now, could you take Jameson Williams, package him in there, and go try to get, your way up to a Javonte Williams and just swing? I'd try that, Same thing with, like, okay, what do you have who's grossly underperforming for you? Someone like JCM. Could you take JCM to a running back needy team, throw Jameson Williams in there, see if you could go get a Rico Dowdle and just give yourself some spot starts for the rest of the season? Like, I would suggest doing that before you just drop him, but do I think he's droppable in a vacuum? Yeah, he's not doing shit. So, I've got Third Eye over on the tube saying, which wide receiver should I target to add in PPR? Troy Franklin, Boutte, Tez, Ridley, Shakir. Well, I mean, you're going Shakir for sure out of this group. Shakir would be my 1, Franklin would be my 2, and Tez would be my 3. Ridley's ridiculous. Don Drake says, you dogged that trade in preseason? Did I? Did I really? That's totally fair. Totally fair. Times change. Players change. I would definitely not have been I was definitely not as high on Drake May in the offseason as I am now, for sure. I think, as we've gotten to witness and watch what the Patriots have been able to do here and put together a really fantastic season, Drake May looks like the real deal. And I think also, like, I was never really a big Jaden Daniels guy, but I definitely was aware of his market value in Dynasty, going like 103 overall in almost every startup I did this offseason. So, but no, good call out, Drake. You guys can always come back and clown me for some of my bad takes. I got some good ones. I got some bad ones. Happens to the best of us. Would you trade Ladd and Rico for Debo, Judkins, and Tez? Let's see. Would I trade Ladd and Rico for Debo, Judkins, and Tez? No, Tez doesn't mean anything to me in this. I do like the Judkins side of it. Yeah, I'll probably take Judkins. I mean, honestly, this just comes down to a running back debate for me. Would I rather have Judkins or Rico? I'd rather have Judkins. Would I rather have Ladd or Debo? I'd rather have Ladd, but Debo probably keeps you at least somewhat afloat here. I'm fine with it. Your boy JD, I asked about the CMC trade earlier for St. Brown and Javonte Williams. I forgot to mention I have London, McConkey, and Waddle. You still recommend trading CMC? No, I don't. No. Which one did you say kind of tabbed out by accident? Brian. Okay, Brian. What did I say? Oh, I said Bam Knight. I'd go Bam Knight this week. Dustin says, would you say 31 FOB is too much for Benson, or should I drop it lower? No, 31's fine, man. I mean, you're getting a starting running back the rest of the season when he comes back. Now, keep in mind, guys, I don't think Trey Benson is going to play this week. His injury was not a 4-week injury. It was like a 6-week injury. They're just, able to bring him off IR here. So don't expect Trey Benson to come out of the woodwork and start scoring a boatload of points for you or anything. Guys, if you're watching over on TikTok and you're not already a follower, please make sure you're following so I can pin your comments here, just like 49ers, my main man, and I'll make the chat a bit more readable for everybody here. If you haven't already checked me out across platforms over on the Twitch or on the Tube that's made for you, those are going to be a bit better of your chat experiences. But Niners is saying, I have Dak and May. Should I give one away for a different position? Yeah, of course, man. If it's not a Superflex league, you absolutely should. Nathan, what's up, man? Good to see you. Recognize you, a long-time follower over here. He says, my wide receivers are London, Amon-Ra, and Jay Jettis. I need running backs. Who do I target? Yeah, man. I mean, at this point, I think you're taking London and you're shopping him. And so if I could transfer my Drake London into a Javonte Williams, James Cook, Kyron Williams, anybody in that range, I think you got to do it. Derrick Henry, maybe, after a good week here, had a little bit of a down couple weeks, might be able to pull something like that off. That's what I'd say. I'm going to pin Lucas over here since he's already been following. I'm going to hop back over to YouTube and Twitch for a second, but I'll hop back over to TikTok in just a moment, guys. I've got Jordan over on the Tube saying other wide receivers are Puka, London, T, and Johnston. I only have Achane and Williams and Rico, so I feel like I can let go of Ladd for a better running back. Yeah, I think that's fine. You do have wide receiver options here. Brian says, now if I pick him up, should I start flex Knight or Io Manor? I'd go Knight, dude. I'd go Knight. Good matchup this week. Dallas has been letting everyone run all over them. Harry is saying, which running back should you have? Trey Benson, Tyrone Tracy, Isaiah Pacheco, Harvey, Marks, or Spears? Honestly, man, out of this group, I'd probably start with Trey Benson. And then my second choice would be Tracy, followed by Harvey. And then Marks would be in the 4th spot just for the receiving upside. Quaid says, do I drop Pacheco for Tracy? I would. Just more consistent, man. Thoughts on Travis Etienne the rest of the season? Zach over on T-Witch is asking. Honestly, man, I've been a big Travis Etienne guy, and I was all offseason. And I know it wasn't really a hugely popular opinion. People weren't the biggest fan of that take of mine here, but I do think that he's still got plenty of upside. You know, he's had a little bit of a tail off these last few weeks, but that makes him a really good buy right now. Still RB20. He's shown you double-digit performances consistently. He found the end zone a lot in the first 5 weeks. I do think Jacksonville has a little bit of a resurgence here coming off the bye. You do get Las Vegas here. Should be an easy matchup to start. And then a great run of schedule here with Arizona and Tennessee back-to-back, followed by the Jets after one tough week against Indy. And they get to close the season out with Tennessee again. So, you know, definitely some upside here for Travis Etienne coming down the stretch. Should give you some good starts. Fantasy Sports, thank you for tapping in over on Tube. Johnny, thank you for the follow over on the T-Witch, man. Seagod, thanks for coming through on T-Witch as well. If you're not already a follower across platforms here, guys, hope I can earn your follow today. I got Brian saying, should I drop Tez Johnson or keep him? I'd keep him. No reason to just drop him. He's still being relevant for you. Seagod says, I have a great young Dynasty team competing as a top 3 team. I have to start T. Higgins, Harvey, or Henderson in my flex. Do I package the running backs and trade them or stick with T at the flex? Well, first, I would be playing T. Higgins in the flex, okay? That is something that I would do just based off the question that you're asking. Additionally, and I know you didn't ask, but I'm going to chime in here because I have a really strong opinion on RJ Harvey, and I would be shopping RJ Harvey as quick as humanly possible. You know, and I'll give you a few reasons. In Dynasty, I never like to buy running backs that are older, especially rookie running backs. I always look and ask myself, what are the chances that the asset that I am buying, if it is a young running back, goes up in value next offseason so that when I look to retool my roster next offseason, I can get more than what I paid for him? Perfect example of this would be a Bucky Irving, right? Like, even going into this season, even though Bucky's value was extremely high, right? And it was probably going to take at least a 1st and 2nd round pick to buy Bucky Irving. If he finished top 10 and stayed healthy all season, which unfortunately he isn't, but let's just say he did, then you're able to probably get 2 firsts out of him next year, right? Because he's still under 23, he's ascending, you're going to be able to print more liquidity. RJ Harvey, 24 years old already as a rookie, comes out, splits the backfield with J.K. Dobbins. On top of that, J.K. Dobbins looks good. If they re-sign him next year, then RJ Harvey's stuck in a touch share. Additionally, if he doesn't get re-signed next year and they say, no, we're going to go with Harvey as the workhorse back. Well, as you know, Sean Payton never really employs a full workhorse back system. He's always had a, grouping here, whether it's Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, and, he likes to use the committee back. But RJ Harvey's more of a receiving back anyway. I'm not saying he doesn't have upside. I'm just saying there's a very small chance that when he turns 25 going into next season and is already 25 years old before he's even had the chance to lead a backfield, that RJ Harvey does not go up in value. You paid a first to get him. You're not going to get it 2 firsts when you sell him. That's just the reality of the situation. So I don't like holding assets that are not going to ascend in value. I would be trading RJ Harvey right now. So he had a really good week, 27-point week. Perfect. Take RJ Harvey, package him with someone else on your team, and go make a serious tier up. Like, any chance you could take RJ Harvey and Devonta Smith and go buy Amari Hampton, go buy Quinshon Judkins, like any of those I would way prefer. Now, even outside of that realm, I always like buying premium wide receivers when you can. So, can you take RJ Harvey, package him with a George Pickens, and see if I can go tier my way up to a Garrett Wilson, a Ladd McConkey, a Brian Thomas Jr. while his value is depleted, a Drake London who's seen a value drop since the season started, guys that I'm still completely in on and that I think are just a far, far better option. Appreciate you humoring me on this one, but that is, I'm very passionate on the RJ Harvey topic there. Real. It's over on T-Witch. Thank you for coming through, man. He says, would you trade Swift for Chase Brown? I'm very unsure on this one. To be frank, this is a pretty lateral trade to me. I see these guys finishing in a really similar range. Now, I do prefer Chase Brown ever so slightly, but to be frank with you, I don't normally do lateral trades because this trade to me is a coin flip, right? I don't think it tells you in one direction or the other significantly that you upgraded. And whenever I'm doing that and I'm looking at, a trade and I go, oh, 50-50, I'm going to flip the coin, see which one's better. I just don't do the trade because there's just no reason to take the coin flip. Just hold the asset you have now. Now, if you're a DeAndre Swift owner and you have a Devonta Smith on your bench, fine, package those two together, go try to get a Kyron Williams. That's a clear tier up, right? You got a better running back. I don't really like doing these random trades. I got once a month over on the tube saying, should I trade DK for DJ Moore in 2 seconds? I wouldn't. No. To be completely frank with you guys, I know it sounds really, really down on the man, and he actually just had a half-decent week this week, but, DJ Moore is nothing but a throw-in piece on Dynasty trades for me right now. He's 28 years old. He's stuck in Chicago another year. He has another year on his contract. It's not like he's going anywhere next year unless they trade him, but I don't think anyone's going to incur a $20+ million cap hit for him. I think you're just kind of holding an asset that's going to slowly bleed out here and doesn't really get me that excited. So I'd rather just hold the upside of DK Metcalf. At least he's on a 5-year mega deal in Pittsburgh, and he's got all the upside in the world. So that's kind of where I'm at. All right, I got Chetty over on the T-Witch. What's up, man? Dynasty, 2-start, 2-keeper, quarterback league. I'm in first place with Love, Stroud, Rodgers. Congrats, man. That's what we want to hear. First place. Offered Tyler Warren and Kyler Murray for Jordan Love and your choice of Dobbins, Monungai, Dobbs, Franklin, Horton, Noel. Yeah. Honestly, man, I think that this is a pretty solid team. I obviously love Tyler Warren. But you offered Warren and Kyler Murray for Jordan Love and your choice of Dobbins. Honestly, man, I'm not moving off Tyler Warren here. I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no. Wait, you got offered Tyler Warren and Kyler Murray for Jordan Love. Yeah, for sure. Go Jordan Love and throw him Romeo Dobbs. Romeo Dobbs means nothing to me. Just give him the stack. I'll take Tyler Warren and Kyler Murray every day of the week. God, glad I could help on the Harvey thing, man. Let's see. Third Eye, I did talk about your question, I believe, man. He says, pick one rest of the season. I said Shakir by a mile. Yeah, I said Shakir by a mile. Troy Franklin would be number 2, and probably Tez Johnson would be my 3rd. Yeah. Let's see. Skywalker, what's up, man? At what position do I need to improve rest of the season? Drake May, London, A.J. Brown, Rice, CMC, JT, Derrick Henry, Jesus. None. My man, you're going to win the league, and this is a Glaze question, but I appreciate you coming through. Let's see. AP Jump, Joey Fan, what's up? I traded Etienne for Tracy and JCM. No. I don't like it. I don't like Tyrone Tracy. I don't like JCM. So, sorry. Not a fan of that one. The Sam Krupa, thanks for coming through, my man. I offered Kyron, Tracy, and Olave for JT and Slayton. Thoughts? Yeah, this is fine. I love Chris Olave. He's a top 10 wide receiver right now. And Kyron's giving you a decent production, but JT in himself could outscore the two of them. So, JT is on a different level right now, Sam. Appreciate you coming through, though, finding me on the T-Witch. Hopefully you can follow along here, and I'll see you more often than now. He says, well, I have Cook, Jamar, and Jay Jettis. Yeah, you're totally fine there then. Yeah, take JT, man. That's the best way to do it. Upgrade at the position, and you're good. That's a 12-man. That's wild. Third Eye says, what days do you go live, Q&A, and what's your X handle? Thanks for asking. X handle is Dynasty Price Check, but instead of the check being spelled out like all the others, it's just CHK. So Dynasty Price CHK. Okay. Also, all my stuff should be linked on my website, dynastypricecheck.com. If you go to the community hub, you can find everywhere you guys can find me. So Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, over on my Patreon, in my Discord, That's the best places to catch me. The Discord's by far the best place to find me, guys. I'm there all the time. I'm doing live hangouts in there, private streams, and answering tons of questions across all the channels. Additionally, on that one too, guys, just because he asked so kindly here, tomorrow is Trade Titans Episode 2 Dynasty Trade Show with another special guest, a fantasy analyst just like myself, special guest coming on, and we're going to break down a ton of your Dynasty trades from the Discord. The Discord, yeah, Harry, it's just go to my website, dynastypricecheck.com, literally the exact username.com, and on the homepage there should be a big button for you that says Join Free Discord. Just click on that and you'll be right on in there. Can't wait to have you guys in there. Super excited about it. We've got an awesome community growing. We're always in the live chat just talking, chatting ball, and answering each other's questions. So would love to see you guys in there. And again, tomorrow, 5 p.m., we've got the Trade Titans Episode 2 going live on all platforms with me and a special guest. Additionally, tomorrow is Wednesday. That means you can catch me on San Diego Sports 760 radio for my Fantasy Roundup radio show. If you're not already a member of the Discord and you're not local to San Diego, you can catch my radio show streaming through the iHeartRadio app, which I do put on the Discord. So if you want to hear me that way, please come through and take a listen. If you think TV is overrated and the smart guys are really on the radio, you can find me there on the radio. So appreciate you guys' help and support. As always, you can catch me tomorrow on Sports 760. BX Aiden over on TikTok, man. Appreciate you coming through. Longtime follower, pinning your comment right away. If you're not already a follower on TikTok, make sure you drop a follow so I can pin your comment like this and make my chat a bit easier. He says, someone tried to give me Puka for some BS. As for Amon Rabajan, yeah, that's ridiculous, dude. This is the type of offers that you laugh in the face of them. Matt, what's up, my man? How are ya? I've got Matt in here. He says, should I try to trade Pickens? If so, who should I target? Yeah, I mean, in a vacuum, I'll trade George Pickens away. I don't know exactly what you're after here or what the roster situation looks like. Hence why I need you guys all to come to the Discord so I can actually look at your rosters and you can post them in the roster advice channel. But in a vacuum, George Pickens is wide receiver 3 overall in the season, and I don't necessarily expect that to continue the entire way, but Dallas' schedule is pretty friendly to wide receivers, guys. Arizona, Las Vegas, Kansas City's been known to let a couple yards up here and there. Now, the playoffs are a bit tougher where you got the Chargers and Washington, but Minnesota's been not exactly the most impressive either. I'm going to say no. I mean, I'm not trying to move him just for the fun of it, but if it makes sense. Sam says, someone offered me Nico, J.K. Dobbins for Cook. That's enough. No, that's not enough. God, fart sniffer over on Twitch. I love the username. That's funny as hell. He says Dart or Stafford. I'm gonna say Dart for the rushing upside, but Matt Stafford's been playing pretty damn well, I have the same guys. I'm going Stafford because Puka's coming back. That's totally fair. I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong. Stafford's definitely safer. I think Dart's just got good rushing upside. So depending on how your league scored, it might change my opinion. Jalapeno says, in Dynasty, should I trade Breece Hall in the second round for Quinshon Judkins? I'm rebuilding. Easy. Give me Judkins. I'm not even hesitating on that one. Obviously, I think Breece Hall's a good Dynasty buy right now, to be completely honest with you, because I think he goes somewhere next season and signs a Kyron James Cook type deal, 3-year, $11 million a year, and he'll get some fresh runway, not on the Jets. But even then, Quinshon Judkins is 21 years old, dude. I mean, he's playing so well. I don't think Breece Hall will get traded. No, I don't think so. I don't think the Jets really have any idea what they're doing. And if they had any idea how to run an effective roster, and if their GM even had a semblance of wherewithal, they wouldn't be 1-6 or 1-7 or whatever terrible record they are. All right, Chocolate Cat. What's up, Chocolate Cat? He says Travis or Arondre. Probably Travis Kelce still. He's still putting up a quiet top 10 season here. FA, I'm going to pin you coming up. Guys, if you're not already a follower here on TikTok, please make sure you're following so I can pin you, make our chat a bit more readable. If you haven't already checked me out over on the T-Witch or on the tube that's made for you, would be happy to see you guys there as well. Your chat experience and your viewing experience is going to be a bit better over there. Jay Knows, thank you so much for following over on Twitch, man. Appreciate you. Your guys' support is awesome. I've got FA saying I got Ibuka and Wilson. If I were to trade Ibuka, who should I target? CMC and HN are my running backs. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to trade away Ibuka, which I'm fine with you doing here, by the way, is just like I would try to go get another stud running back and flex him. Like, let's go get Josh Jacobs. Let's go get James Cook. Let's go get Javonte Williams this season. I'd be happy with that. Erwin, what's up, Erwin? Welcome back in, man. Erwin's over on the tube. He says, I got CMC, Bucky, and Tyler Warren. Someone's offering me Pittman, Kelsey, and J.K. Dobbins for Amon-Ra. What do I think? CMC, Bucky, and Tyler Warren offering Pittman, Kelsey, and J.K. Dobbins for Amon-Ra. This is just not even close to enough. No. I think that's like one of those classic trades where they're just throwing a bunch of shit on one side and trying to get you to bite. Like, this doesn't help your roster. I'm holding Amon-Ra. Sniffer says Kamara, Diggs, or Brian Thomas. Give me Brian Thomas. All right, Isaac Johnson, what's up, man? I saw you found me over on T-Witch too, brother. Appreciate you. Honestly, what's my Twitch? It is the exact same username everywhere. So Dynasty Price Check, the same as here on TikTok. Would love to see you over there, Chocolate Cat. You'll get a way better viewing experience. Not gonna lie to you. To the 100+ in the chat over on TikTok, try to find me over on the Purple app. Promise you'll have a nice little experience over there. I've got Isaac saying, early to predict. What do I think? What do I think you need on top of the 101 for Bowers? I have Tyler Warren. Not a lot, man. I mean, if you can get the 101 for Brock Bowers, I'm probably considering doing it. But at the same time, you know, maybe 2 seconds. 2 seconds would be great. I'm fine with that. You know, I'd like to get, you know, if you could get a kickback running back with some upside like a Ken Walker to take a swing on next year, I'm good with that too. Steve, I'm pinning you up real quick. I'm going to hop over and get some of the T-Witch questions. Appreciate you guys. Sea God says, do I trade T. Higgins, Harvey, and Johnston for Ibuka? It's going to be no. I just don't think buying Ibuka is like the best you could do for that. So, you know, I would say, yeah, I mean, you said hearing me talk about Harvey makes me want to trade him tonight. I love that. Yeah, get Harvey off your roster. I just don't want to do it for that. Dude, I think you should be able to do better than that, bro. You should be able to do better than that. I think if you take T. Higgins, R.J. Harvey, and Quentin Johnston in Dynasty, I would yeah, I mean, actually, this is a Dynasty question. Yes, I would do Ibuka for this. I'd personally see if you could go do this, man. T. Higgins, R.J. Harvey, Quentin Johnston in a second-round pick. Go get me Teteroa McMillan and Kenneth Walker, okay? I know it doesn't sound as incredible, but, like, you're getting a running back that's probably going to get a bunch of great upside next year. If that doesn't excite you as much and you're like, I'm not a big Ken Walker guy, fine. I'm not going to blame you. Go get Teteroa McMillan and give me Kyron Williams. Or, you know, and, like, I think if you add a second or a second and a third on top of the package you're already offering, that deal probably gets done. Swamp Fox says, would you trade Jonathan Taylor for Ibuka, Jefferson, and running back Javonte Williams? Yeah, I would. Give me the package there. Real says, what do you think I could get for Swift and Nico? My wide receivers are Amon-Ra, Rice, and A.J. Brown, while my running backs are H.N., Swift, and Dobbins. Swift and Nico? I mean, you definitely need a running back upgrade. Swift and Dobbins at RB2 does not get me as excited as what you're rocking with Devon Achane here. So let's take Swift and Nico together and go try to get, like I was saying, James Cook, Josh Jacobs, Kyron Williams. Like, that's probably your best bet. Javonte Williams would work too. Thomas over on YouTube, what's up, man? Should I trade Jacobs and Johnston for Kyron Williams and Ibuka? Jacobs and Johnston for Kyron Williams and Ibuka. Yeah, I'll do this deal. I'd rather have Ibuka than Johnston. That's the main sell point here. And I think Kyron Williams and Josh Jacobs are in a similar range. Is Brock Bowers coming back this week? I've heard it looks like he's going to come back this week, Sniffer, but I don't know. I don't think it's been completely confirmed. BRX says, this guy asked for Bijan, Amon-Ra, and Shakir. I counted with CD, Smitty, and T. He declined. He said, Puka not going for that little. When his other wide receivers were Tez, DJ Moore, Keenan. Jeez, that's crazy. Jay Knows, thank you for finding me over on T-Witch, man, and for following along. He says, I traded Marvin Harrison for Garrett Wilson. Love it. Absolutely love that, dude. Like, I am not a Marv guy. A lot of you guys already know that about me. I'm probably a serial Marv hater, but I am not a Marvin Harrison guy. I'm over the experiment. I'm not a Kyler Murray guy. I just don't think the Cardinals have a lot to offer. I think their offense is more or less a dumpster fire where Trey McBride's the only guy I can really trust. Like, if I can get Garrett Wilson, who just signed a mega deal, is a hyper-efficient target hog, averages over 150 targets a year when he's at a revolving door at quarterback. Like, imagine if the Jets can even just get someone half competent in the next 3 to 4 years. Garrett Wilson has top 10 upside on any given season, and Marv has not showed me a finish above wide receiver 30, and this year it's not looking like he's on track to do any better. So that's the way I am at with it. C-God says, I have Tet, London, BTJ, and JSN. Man, that's fantastic. You already got a good roster here. Goofy Deese, what's up, Goofy? Thanks for coming through, finding me on T-Witch. He says, is it a good trade for me if I trade JSN, Henry, and Cortland for Puka and Cook? Is this Dynasty or redraft, Goofy? If it's Dynasty, I still want the JSN side. If it's redraft, I'll take the Puka side. I got CIITA. He says, should I trade Jay Jettis and Waddle for CD and Quentin Johnston? I'm going to take the Justin Jefferson side still. Herbert or Jones at quarterback this week. I'll go Justin Herbert there. It's John. He says, I have some good potential starters, but I need to cut a player or two. How would you go about it if no one is biting on trade offers? Yeah, if no one's biting on trade offers, then fine, just drop them. Obviously, you can't always, like, make everything work. Man. Sorry, guys. I'm sneezing a lot tonight. Doxy says, what's up? It's me, Brodoc. What's up, Brodoc? Should I flex Chase Brown, Addison, Dobbins, or Worthy PPR? Honestly, man, out of this group, I'd probably be leaning Chase Brown 1, Addison 2, Dobbins 3, and Worthy 4. You kind of have them lined up in order already, so I'm good with it. Shall I drop Diggs and pick up Boutte? No. No. Stephon Diggs is doing totally fine, man. Stephon Diggs is, I'm going to guess, wide receiver 25 on the season. 26? 25. Boom. 26. I'm good. Okay. Stephon Diggs is doing fine. He's going to finish top 20. Like, he's ascending in this offense. His snap shares increase on a weekly basis. His chemistry with Drake May is getting better. Like, I'm totally good with that. Okay. Do not take Keishon Boutte for him. Let's see. It's redraft Goofy. Yeah, Goofy, then we're taking Puka, man. Ever, what's up, Ev? He says, I just got Jay Jettis and Ferg for Bowers and Adunze. I win, right? Redraft. Yes, you do. That's a great trade for a redraft league. Justin saying, is HN, Bowers, Benson, and Broncos defense / special teams a good package for JT and McBride? Give me the McBride side. Yes. I lost this week because of CMC, Bijan, and Ferguson. If you told me that 2 weeks ago, I'd tell you you're insane. That's totally fair. I would have said the same thing, man. Would have said the same thing. George Mendoza, what's up, my man? Welcome in. Guys, if you're watching over on T-Witch, I'm going to pop some of the questions right now and get through the chat. Make sure you're following so I can pin your question here, make my chat a bit more readable if you're not already. If you haven't checked me out over on the Tube or over on T-Witch, your viewing experience is going to be a bit better over there, so I suggest you find me on the purple and the red app. If you are not already a member of the free Discord, make sure you hop into the Discord that's pinned on the website on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com. My radio show, San Diego Sports 760, is going to be coming through the airwaves to you, even if you're not local to San Diego, through the iHeartRadio app on the Discord. You can catch my full fantasy roundup of the week and who my must-starts of the weekend are. The last 2 weeks, I've been giving you absolute knowledge, and both of my starting options have hit wonderfully for the weekend. George is saying Nico and Swift for Jay Jettis and Javonte. Give me the Jay Jettis and Javonte side by a country mile, my friend. I've got Tommy Hope over here saying Saquon and Swift for Puka. Honestly, man, I think it's about a toss-up here. I will take Puka, just barely, but it's not like I'm stoked to move off Saquon Barkley by any means. I've got Ricky over here following along, following the instructions. As if you're a follower, I can pin these comments up for you. Ricky says, is Kareem Hunt a solid start? Definitely not solid. I'm not happy about Kareem Hunt. I'm annoyed with what he's doing to Isaiah Pacheco as well. But, yeah, I think if you're in a deep format or you're struggling for spot starters, Kareem Hunt probably gives you a better chance at getting a touchdown than a lot of other guys would, is what I will say. I've got Alex here following along. He says, trade Rice, Debo, and Warren for Puka, Ingram, Charbonnet, and T. Higgins. Who wins? Probably going to be going with the Rashee, Rice, and Warren side, to be honest. I love Puka, but I think it makes up for it. All right. OG, thank you. Louie, thank you for following along, man. Appreciate you guys. We got Alex, Julio. Alex, I'll pin you up. I just got you, actually. Julio, you're going next. Julio's got, can you tell me who's better rest of the season, Waddle or Warren? Now, if this is Jalen Warren, I want Jalen Waddle. If it's Tyler Warren, I want Tyler Warren. AB, what's up, man? Saying Drake May and Stephon Diggs for Dobbins and T. Higgins. I'll take the stack here. I'll take the stack. All right. I'm hopping on over to the T-Witch into the tube real quick. I got Irwin saying on the YouTube, Travis Hunter or Troy Franklin at the flex. Probably Troy Franklin's more reliable at this point, to be frank. Would you drop Rashad Smith for Isaiah Davis? No. Isaiah Davis might get a start here, but I'm probably just holding on to Smith. I can't tell. Also, Johnny, I can't remember if it's Dynasty or Redraft. Goofy says, what do you think about a trade James Cook and Jay Jettis for Bijan? I'm assuming this is a redraft question. I'm just going to hold the package. Fanta, what's up, Fanta? Over on the tube, he says, would you try to trade Olave and Spears for Judkins and Pollard? I have Jacobs, KW3, and Spears. Olave and Spears for Judkins. Yeah, give me the Judkins side. I think you need running backs more on this team. Sniffer says Harvey, Kamara, or DK as my flex option. Give me DK. Good for morale. What's up, man? Wide receiver 1 and 2 is a Dunze Brian Thomas Jr. Should I trade for Godwin? If so, Trey Tucker, Spears, K9. You could trade for Godwin. I'd give up Spears. I don't want to give up K9. Trey Tucker's also fine. Chocolate Cat. What's up, Chocolate Cat? Thanks for coming through, man. People in my league are stupid with these trades. I get it. Skelly, what's up? Thanks for being a first-time chatter. He says, would you try and move a late first if you need wide receiver help? Yeah, I mean, I always say don't be afraid to go for it during your winning window in Dynasty. So, like, I'm not spending firsts like they're nothing, but I do move my firsts pretty often just, in order to stay hyper-competitive as long as I'm getting a guy that's not just aging out next year. So, no, I'm not sending a first for Stephon Diggs, but, if you're really wide receiver needy, I think a guy who I was talking about earlier in the stream that's probably worth a late first is Michael Pittman. He's wide receiver 6 on the season. He's only failed to, get double digits twice this season, and he is fine in the end zone often. So I think, like, if you're looking for wide receiver help and you still want a few years of runway out of him, he's only 28. You'll probably get 2 to 3 more good years out of him. All right, I've got Louie coming through. What's up, Louie? Thanks for finding me on T-Witch. Hopefully can earn your follow here. He says, should I trade Jefferson for Breece Hall, Marv, and Pierce Hall? Absolutely not. That's a package I want nothing to do with. EJB Elite says, redraft trade Dobbins and Kraft for Judkins and Fannin. Give me the Judkins side here. I've got Jacoby Myers on another team. Could be a monster value now. Couldn't agree more. Love buying me some Jacoby Myers. I loved Jacoby Myers all offseason. Still do. Still like me some Jacoby Myers here. Not sure if a trade's going to happen, but we'll see. All right, I got some folks over on TikTok throwing questions. I'll hop over there real quick and answer a few of them. If you're not already following here on TikTok, guys, make sure you follow so I can pin your comments here and help you guys out. We got Woody Marks or Bam Knight. I'm going to lean Bam Knight this week. Great matchup against Dallas's defense. RB1 options for Josh Allen and Bill. Yeah, let's try for James Cook, Kyron Williams, Josh Jacobs. That's probably your range. Maybe Javonte Williams there. I traded Nico for Tet and Kittle. Thoughts? I'm good with this. Love this trade. I love this trade. Think Tet's a great upside. Laporta for Bowers. Yeah, give me Brock Bowers here. Give me Brock Bowers, George. I got Trilich. What's up, man? Now I can pin your comment. See, Trilich understood the assignment. He knows what to do. Drop a follow, and you get your comment pinned. Sam Darnold or Jackson Dart? Honestly, man, call me crazy. I'm going to take Sam Darnold here. Sam Darnold's been real consistent. That Seahawks offense has looked very good. Luke, what's up, Luke? Luke says Rashi and Warren for Bijan. I'll take Robinson here. I think this is probably your only chance to buy him, but Rice is playing damn well. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. Will, thank you for the follow, man. Whatever you need, you let me know. And there comes the question. I got you, bro. There we go. Traded McBride, Olave, and Nico for Bijan and BTJ. If this is Dynasty, I like it a bit more. If it's redraft, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's not the best trade ever in my book, but I don't think it's any bad for you. Heidi, how are you? She says, should I start Houston, Minnesota, or Denver? If I had to pick this group, I'd go Houston. Thoughts on Rico Dowdle? Yeah, I'll talk about Rico Dowdle here in just a minute. Let me hop over to the tube really fast and get a couple of questions in, and then we'll talk about Rico Dowdle because I just made a video earlier today about Rico Dowdle. I've got Goofy over on T-Witch saying, which one would you take, Justin Jefferson or Keenan Allen and Bucky Irving? It's redraft. Yeah, I'd take the Justin Jefferson side still. Once a month over on YouTube says, appreciate the answer on DK trade earlier. Need to drop a player to move up Gadsden from my taxi squad since other tight ends are on bye. Would you drop DJ Giddens or Marvin Mims? Honestly, man, I'm probably just dropping Marvin Mims. I think at least Giddens, like, if anything happens to Jonathan Taylor with the way that offense is playing, I want him. But, yeah. Alex, what's up, man? Over on the tube, he says, got offered Garrett Wilson, 26 first, probably late, and Fannin for Saquon and Tet. I'm not competing this year. Honestly, man, I'm not going to do this deal. I think it's just, like, how high I am on Tetero and McMillan. Like, I think I love Tet, and I think Garrett Wilson is still a step up on Tet for me, but it's not massive difference. And I think, I think you could get more. If you're giving Saquon and Tet away, you should be getting more personally. So, no, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. Mikey, what's up, man? Mikey came through. He says, did you get everything set up for the show tomorrow? I'm working on it, man. It's not perfect, but I think it'll be all right. Your boy's going to be going all night tonight. Late night for your boy, but that's all right. We got the radio tomorrow. If you guys haven't already, you can catch me on San Diego Sports 760 tomorrow on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, for my radio show. If you're not local to the San Diego area, hop in the free Discord that's pinned on the website on my profile. You guys can go ahead and join the free Discord there. I'll have a link in there so you can stream it through the iHeartRadio app. Would love to have you guys supporting the radio show there. If you haven't already, we got Trade Titans Episode 2 launching tomorrow on all platforms. We will be live at 5 p.m. Pacific time to answer all your Dynasty questions, and this video will be saved and uploaded long form so you can go ahead and catch it on the YouTube channel. If you're not already a subscriber over on my YouTube and you're watching across platforms on Twitch, on TikTok, on YouTube, would greatly appreciate a quick little subscribe and interacting with the channel. Really helps me grow. A like on the videos goes a long way. Thank you guys and appreciate your support. Wouldn't be anywhere without you. My man Mikey, thank you for being in the chat, man. Thanks for everything you do for me. You're a great one, man. Put your guesses on who the guest will be tomorrow, man. Put your guesses. See who I'm collabing with tomorrow, guys. If you got ideas too, comment them on my videos. Tag other creators. Say I want to see you on Trade Titans. I'd love to get it done. People in my league are stupid with some trades. They send me like, no, I'm not doing Devontae and Terry for Amon-Ra. Yeah, I got you. Savior, what's up, man? He says, Olave for Nico Collins in a redraft league. I'll take Olave here. He's having a lot of consistent volume. Mikey saying, I don't even know. Yeah, you don't, Mikey. Uh-oh. Nobody knows the special guest besides me. It's exciting. Okay, all right. We got Tam A in here saying Jay Jettis for Nico and Waddle. I'll go with the Nico and Waddle side here. Isle of Man says trade DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison for a Dunze. No. It's going to be no. I think I'm just going to hold the Metcalf and Addison side here. Good for morale says Joel Smith guest. I don't know. I can't say anything, guys. I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I'd love to have Joel on the show. Let's just say it that way. Joel would be a fantastic guest to have on the show. Let's see. I will say we do have another guy who does very similar videos to Joel with great data analysis all across TikTok. That is going to be a special guest on the show coming up. So stay tuned on that one. Make sure you're following so that you don't miss it. All right. I've got Mike Rubenstein. Awesome name, man. Awesome name. Trade Achan and trade Achan for Sutton and Walker, who wins in redraft. Honestly, man, I'd probably be going with the Achan side here. Ethan Wong. Ethan Wong. I'm not going to say anything, but my smile should say something. My smile should say something. Mikey says, I know who that guy is. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I'm not going to say anything more than that, Ethan. But you could take my smile as a pretty clean tell. Okay? Pretty clean tell. I'm not going to hide in that secret. That one's going to be fun. I'm really excited to have that conversation. So look forward to that one. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. We got some awesome guests on the way here. I'm really pumped about it. Hey, good for morale. Do me a favor though, bro. Go comment on some of Joel's videos or tag him in some of mine and say you want to see him on Trade Titans. All right, let's get Joel on the show next. That'd be great. Love to talk some Dynasty with him. All right, Carson, what's up, man? Rico, JCM, Vidal, Montgomery, and Knight start 2. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Rico Dowdle, and I'm gonna go with Bam Knight. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna plant the seeds tomorrow. Thank you, Mikey. Mikey, you gotta start grinding this out for me, bro. I need to get a tactical mission out here. I need to recruit the followers, and you guys gotta just plant the seed in Joel's mind to get him on the show. Would love to talk some ball with him. Okay, Rico Dowdle, guys. Let's just have a conversation about it since I pinned the comments. I've been wanting to talk about Rico for a second, so let's do it, all right? Yes, Rico, God damn. Rico Dowdle for Tyler Warren, good trade. Yeah, give me Tyler Warren. Okay, here's the thing, though. Dan Canales comes out today. He says Rico Dowdle is going to be a lot more used in the offense, all right? He says he's probably going to take over as the RB1, end up being the guy for the foreseeable future here. I'm not surprised by it. Unfortunately, I am a big Chuba Hubbard guy. I still love buying Chuba in Dynasty. I think he's a great value right now. Now, I do think that Rico will get some runway here, probably see about 65% of the snaps for the immediate future. If you are looking for a budget running back that you could probably still go buy coming off 2 weeks where they haven't been obviously as exciting as those massive 40-point blowups, probably your best chance to go swing on a Rico Dowdle. He's going to get a solid workload for you, and I think not a bad pickup, okay? Now, I got Wesley over here asking, do you pick up Bam or Kareem? I'm going to go Bam pretty comfortably, man. Bam's got a great schedule coming up here, and he gets to play the Dallas Cowboys this week, which, as you guys know, just consistently just allows unbelievable amounts of points to running backs. Obviously, the 2 weeks afterwards, a lot harder against Seattle and San Francisco, going away to play at Lumen Field. But for this immediate 1 week sample size, I like it. Kayvon, what's up, Kayvon? He says, do I trade Achan plus Henderson for Rico, Mason, and Ted Aroa McMillan? Honestly, man, I would be... I'll take the wide receiver package side, like Tet and Wilson. I mean, here's the thing. Are you saying Tet or Wilson, or are you getting both? Because if you're getting both, I want the wide receivers. If you're not getting both, then I'm just holding Achan here, okay? All right, good for morale. Says redraft. Got offered Nico and Kittle for Tyler Warren, BTJ, and Spears. Which side do you prefer? Honestly, man, I prefer the Nico and Kittle side here. Nico and Kittle. It's Johnny. Says, redraft, I have Tez Johnson, Austin, Jameson Williams, Watson, and Coker. Just drop Coker, dude. Coker's not doing jack for you this season. Eli. What's up, Eli? It's been a long time since I've seen you in here, brother. Glad to see you. Guys, if you're watching over on TikTok and you're not already following, please make sure you drop a follow so I can pin your comments here. He says, would you trade Debo for Rico? I have CMC, JT, and Hampton, and Garrett Wilson. I would trade Debo for Rico, yes. I'm fine making that deal. No problems with that at all. I've got Justin asking Bam Knight, Downs, or DJ Moore. I'm going to play Bam Knight. Great matchup this week, man. I like, you got to start every running back you can against the Dallas defense, in my opinion, okay? Got Gadsden or Kincaid. I will play Gadsden based off what I've been seeing. I'll take it there, and I'm all right with it. I've got Fanta saying, would you do the Rams defense, Chargers, or Lions? If I remember right, the Rams are playing who this week? New Orleans. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're going New Orleans here. We're going with the Rams. Dirty Lettuce says, trade Bucky, Jalen Warren, and Addison for Bijan. I have lots of depth trying to consolidate. Well, is this Dynasty or redraft, man? If it's redraft, I'm totally fine with it. In Dynasty, this does seem like a ton. Nah, you know what? Screw it. Regardless of format, give me Robinson here. Goofy says, would you do Kyron for Hurts redraft? Nah, probably not. Probably not. I'll probably just hold Kyron Williams. We've barely started to scrape the surface of these running back injuries. The boys need to put together our mid-year rankings after next week. Yes, we do, Mikey. Yes, we do. Rankings are going to be out on the Discord, guys. If you're not already a member on the Discord, make sure you come through. Seeing James Cook over here as a top 10 back absolutely is going to make him rise up my rankings. If you guys are one of the 85 over on TikTok right now, please make sure you're following so I can pin your comments up here, make the chat a bit easier to read. If you're not already a member of the free Discord and you want to come through before Thursday Night Football for our members-only chat so you can talk to me one-on-one in the voice channel and get your teams broken down, go ahead and hop over to the website that's pinned on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com, and we will make sure that we're there to help you. It is an awesome place to be, totally free. We're building a great community over there. I'll whip some of these comments. We got Luca in here saying, pick one for this week, Kareem Hunt, Bam Knight, Jordan Addison. I'll go Bam Knight 1, Jordan Addison very close second. Quentin Johnston for Rico Dowdle. Give me Rico Dowdle comfortably. Carson's over here saying Jennings, Wandale, Troy Franklin, Harrison, start 2. We'll go with Wandale and we'll go with Marvin Harrison, even though I don't love it. I've got G. Brock saying trade Lamar for Mahomes. Coin flip, coin flip, coin flip, coin flip, coin flip alert. Jesus Christ, guys. No. This is a completely irrelevant trade. Why am I trying to trade one guy for the other? I'd rather have Lamar Jackson anyway. I don't do it. Don't do it. Mountain Patch says, should I give away Judkins and Devontae Adams and DJ Moore for Saquon and Deebo Samuel? No. Judkins and Devontae Adams are plenty fine. I'm not worried about trying to make some crazy upgrade there. It's not really my style. I'm good with it. Do I spend half my fob on Tyrone Tracy? Yeah, probably. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to wait for somebody else to get hurt and, hope you can pick up some, handcuff running back and get as much runway as you're going to get with Tracy? It's probably the time. It's probably why you've been holding your fob, so. Grayborg, what's up, Grayborg, says, start Ramondre, Bam Knight, or Charbonnet. I'll start Bam Knight here. Start Bam Knight. TK Dave, what's up, TK Dave, says, my QB is on bye. Do I go with Hurts, or would you pick up Trevor Lawrence? Oh, that's Jalen Hurts is on bye. Pick up Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Kyler Murray. Give me Kyler Murray. I'll take the rushing upside there. Yeah. Eli Rom, or EIL Rom, what's up? Says, should I start Chase Brown at my flex? Yeah, I don't have any other options for you because I don't know the rest of your roster, and you didn't give me any. So, am I going to start Chase Brown? Sure. Chase Brown's a starting running back. I guess I'll start him. Who else are you going to start? Nobody? Give me some Give me something to work with here, guys. All right. Arjun, what's up, Arjun? He says, please help, bro. Would you trade Hall, Diggs, and Downs for Nico and Jalen Warren? Would I trade Hall, Diggs, and Downs for Nico and Jalen Warren? Yes, I would. I'll take the Nico and Jalen Warren side here, okay? All right, Brees and Alvin for Bucky. Yeah, let's do it. I'll do that. Give me Bucky Irving, man. Bam, K9, Monty, Mason, pick 2. We're going with Bam Bam this week. And second, we're going with Kenneth Walker. All right. Bam Bam's got a great matchup against the Dallas defense. I'm all good with it. How bad is the Flacco injury? They're saying day-to-day, but I think he's going to play. All right. Aiden says, should I accept sending Pittman for a Buka redraft PPR? I'm holding the Michael Pittman side, man. Call me crazy, but that's what I'm doing here. So I'm doing, would you trade Rome for Saquon? Yes, I would. Give me Barkley every day of the week and twice on Sunday. If you're one of the 100 in the chat over on the TikTok side of things, please make sure you're following so that I can pin your comments up, make my chat a bit more readable. If you have not checked me out over on the red app, the Tube made for you, or the purple app, the T-Witch, make sure you check me out over there. Your chat experience is going to be a good amount better than what you're getting here. But if you're only on TikTok, I appreciate seeing you guys and for your support. If you are not already a member of the free Discord, go ahead and hop in the free Discord. It is pinned on the website on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com. My radio show, San Diego Sports 760, will be going out on the airwaves tomorrow, every Wednesday, just like it always is, through the Discord. If you're not local to the San Diego area and you can't listen to me in the car or on your local radio station, you can find me through the iHeart Radio app, Sports 760. Thank you guys for your support. As always, we've been live for an hour and 30 minutes, second live of the day, every single day. We never miss it. We're always here for you guys. We'll be back again tomorrow. Don't you miss it. We've got Trade Titans episode 2 coming to you on all platforms on Wednesday, tomorrow in the evening, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Special guest, other fantasy creator. You don't even know who it is. It's a surprise coming to you tomorrow. We're breaking down all your trades from the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, submit them there. We'll break down all your trades. Me and another creator give you plenty of in-depth advice. Can't wait to do that with you guys. I'm so excited. We've got Ethan over here going to pin you up. He says, do we start JCM or Dowdle? I would be starting Dowdle. JCM means absolutely nothing to me. Mikey, what's up, Mike? He says, Harvey and Jennings for Jalen Warren. Give me Jalen Warren for the rest of the season. I've got Fanta over on YouTube saying, Bo Nix, Darnold, CJ Stroud, or Purdy. What two would you keep? Thanks for all the help. You're the man. Appreciate you, Fanta. Fanta said, I am going to go ahead and say Bo Nix and Sam Darnold, because I don't know if Brock Purdy's going to be 100% on the comeback here. Michael over on YouTube, what's up, man? Redraft, full point, PPR, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. My running backs are Kyron, Chase Brown, Dowdle, Woody, Davis, Pacheco, Algiers, Corum. I have number 1 waiver wire priority. Should I get Tracy? Yeah, might as well get Tracy here, but honestly, man, here's what I'm doing. You got Kyron and Chase Brown. Great. Go grab Tracy. See if you can go take Chase Brown and Tyrone Tracy to like a really running back needy team and tier all the way up. Like, actually, like, yeah, like do me, like, actually, no, Woody Marks. Let's take Woody Marks and Tyrone Tracy and let's go to the most running back needy team in the league and see if I can get a really solid wide receiver. Okay, that's what I'd like to do. Bitsy Board says traded Brees and Diggs for Ladd, Amika, and Johnston. Brees and Diggs for Ladd, Amika, and Johnston. I would be doing the Ladd, Amika side. I'm good with that. Quentin, what's up? Marv for Flowers in Dynasty. No, I don't love that. Personally, man, I'm not a huge Flowers guy. I'm not a big Marv guy either, but I think you should be able to do better for Marv. Like, I would say if you're going to move off Marv in Dynasty, here's a package I would like to do. Like, let's go over and see if you can tier off Marvin Harrison Jr., go get yourself Teteroa McMillan, and, like, just straight up, if they'll do the deal. If they won't do that deal, fine. Then go out and see if you can buy Chris Olave plus Zach Charbonnet. You know, Chris Olave plus 2 seconds. Like, that makes me way more excited. I trust Olave more. I think he's a better Ohio State receiver than Marv was. So there you go. I appreciate the help, man. I'm out of here for the night. No worries, it's Johnny. Thank you so much for coming through, man. Appreciate your support as always. Y'all are awesome. Starting to recognize some of the folks over on Twitch as consistent followers, and it makes me happy. Appreciate you, bro. Sniffer says, is Harold Fannin a good pickup from the waiver wire? Yeah. I mean, you're asking if you should keep Mason Taylor? Yes, you should keep Mason Taylor. Both those things can be true, but I think both players are great to have. Trilich, what's up, Trilich? Vidal or Ken Walker? Give me Ken Walker, man. Give me Kenny. Give me Kenny. Do I start Bowers over Kincaid if he's back? Yeah, if he's back, we're starting Brock Bowers. Bowers. Okay, PA Hall, you can start to tell I'm losing it a little bit, guys. Been live for over 4 hours today. Pretty tired, but, that's fine. Let me just keep on running. The voice is going to go faster and faster. Voice is going to get higher. I'm going to answer questions even faster. We've been live an hour and 35 minutes right now. I'm going to go till the 2-hour mark, so you get me for 25 more minutes. 25 more minutes over here. If you are not already following across platforms, make sure you check me out across platforms. If you want to catch my radio show tomorrow, San Diego Sports 760, make sure you join the Discord so that you can catch me on the iHeartRadio app. There we go. A lot of talking. Great. All right. Got to save the voice for tomorrow. We got the radio and we got the trade show over on YouTube. A lot coming your way, guys. A lot coming your way. Your boy never stops. We've got Gabe over here saying, what side? What side wins? Side 1, Gibbs, Terry, and side 2, Jacobs, Keenan Allen, Ricky Pearsall. Give me the Gibbs and Terry side. Okay, Gibbs and Terry. All right, Sniffer over on Twitch. Thoughts on dropping Jalen Coker for Fannin? Totally fine with that. Jalen Coker means nothing to me. Jalen Coker means less than nothing to me, in fact. The rest of you guys out there that are like, oh, my God, Jalen Coker, he's got such a good prospect profile. He's going to do something. Well, he hasn't done shit for you, and he's not going to. I don't really care about him. Fanta says, trade James Cook for Jamar Chase and Travis Hunter. Yeah, man. Give me Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is eating all over the map. Okay? All right. I've got Fern over here saying Rice for Achane. Yeah, give me Devon Achane. I'll take Achane there. I've got Mikey, my main man, still in the chat. Appreciate you, Mikey. Hope you are enjoying yourself. He says, Chase Brown and Wandale for Marvin Harrison Jr. Sure. I'll take Marv here just because I think if his dynasty value goes up a bit, then you probably are able to flip him for more profit than you're getting for Chase Brown and Wandale. But you know me, I'm not a big Marv guy. But I do think for this price, I'll take Marvin Harrison. Justin, thanks for following along, man. Thanks for being a member of the chat. He says, bro, I have Knicks. Should I pick up a waiver wire QB to play during Knicks' bad matchups? I guess. Who are your options, though? Let me know. Give me some more specifics here, Justin. Yeah, I mean, if Knicks has some really tough matchups, then fine. I'm fine playing a Sam Darnold when he's got a good matchup, somebody who's being productive. But I'm not just going to, go hog wild and throw Trevor Lawrence in there for fun. I'd rather play Bo Nix. So, if you got options, sure. BXADN, dude, you are just jumping between the platforms, man. I see you over on Twitch. Now I got you over here. This man's going wild. I traded Pittman, Addison, Kraft, and Cam Scat for HN, Nico, and Wandale and told me I lost the trade. Yeah. I still stand by that. I mean, I guess Kim Scattaboo just got hurt for the season, but if this is Dynasty, I still want the Pittman side. So, but that's just me. B-Dub says, can you review my team on the Discord? Yeah, man, I can go check it out. Here's the thing, though, guys. I'm not going to lie. I have almost 1,000 members in the Discord. I've got tons of you guys all over the place asking me for team reviews. I did 780 free Dynasty team review breakdowns in the offseason, and it took me 3 months. I no longer, unfortunately, have the time to do all that going on with the radio show, with my YouTube show. Taking you guys 2 live streams a day, every day for multiple hours. I'd love to be there for everybody. But if you're looking for a full Dynasty team review, the best way to do it is to go to my website and purchase a Dynasty Detox package. I will obviously give you a full template of your entire roster broken down over there, and we'll give you a lot more information that way. Not saying I can't help in pieces here over on the Discord, but, tough for me to go and do every single person's team out here, or else your boy would never sleep, and I already don't sleep very much. So, Not Isael says Judkins and St. Brown for Bijan and Ibuka. Who wins? Give me the Judkins and St. Brown side. Jay Knows says, I have DeAndre Swift, Derrick Henry, Kyron Williams, Jalen Warren, and Knight. Who do I start and sit? I would be starting Derrick Henry. I would be starting Kyron Williams, and I would be starting Bam Knight in the flex against the Dallas defense. Jack Dell, first-time chatter over on the T-Witch. Thank you for following along, man. He says he got Ibuka for McMillan, Gadsden, and Rashad White. Thoughts? Don't love it. Sorry. I was literally saying yesterday, I said a great trade I would like to do right now is take Emeka Ibuka, trade him for Tetero McMillan. I'd rather have Tet. So personally for me, I just like the value better of what I'm getting out of Tet compared to what I have to spend to get Ibuka. A lot of people are really high on Ibuka. So I think one of the best dynasty trades you can do right now is you take Ibuka in a second-round pick and go get Tet in a first. I think that deal gets done a lot. I've watched it happen in several of my leagues, actually. And I think it's a great trade for anybody that's a Ibuka owner right now. Hooper Edits, what's up, man? Hi. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you finding me over on the T-Witch, man. I got Fern over here saying, should I drop Kamara for Tracy? No. Alvin Kamara is one of the best playoff schedules in all of fantasy football. Let's take a look. Carolina, New York Jets, Tennessee Titans in the championship. Come on, man. You can't get much better than that. Don't be dropping Alvin. Don't be dropping my Alvin out here. We got Isaac Block saying, I traded away Derrick Henry and Brock for Hampton, Tet, Rome, W. That is a W. That's a W. I do love me some Tetero McMillan. I love me some Amari and Hampton, and I love some Rome Odunze. Those are three of my favorite players in all of fantasy, and not going to lie. I got Tet over Devontae Adams. That's a little bit big for me. No. Still Devontae Adams just based off of the absolutely insane red zone production he's getting and the targets that are coming there. But, you know, I like from a dynasty perspective, of course, but just in redraft, probably still a little bit Devontae edge there. Barcode's coming through on TikTok today. You never know where I'm going to get you, Barcode. You're either going to be over on Twitch, you're going to be over on YouTube, you're going to be on TikTok. I don't even know where I can find you, but here he is. He says, what's up, fellas? Should I be looking at Samaje Perine at all? You know, not a terrible option. Not going to lie. He's one of these deep guys that, like, is a potential option for you out there. Now, am I telling you everybody rush out and get Samaje Perine? No. But, you know, he's potentially in some really deep formats, or if you got a really tough bye week looking for a flex play, you know, he's definitely not the worst option out there. And I think if it's not the worst, then you can take it. You can always get lucky. Jack Dell says, I have Kittle for my tight ends. Flexes are Jalen Warren and Chase Brown, and it's not a dynasty league. Still bad. I thought I fleeced him low-key. They were all bench guys except Ted. Yeah, that's fine. Well, if it's not dynasty, I don't mind as much, honestly. I get Swift for Garrett Wilson. Yeah, Marco. We're taking Garrett Wilson very comfortably here, my friend. Very comfortably. All right, guys. We've been live for an hour and 41 minutes. You're going to have me for 20 more minutes here, 20 more minutes, and then your boy is going to hop on off and prep the rest of the evening for the trade show tomorrow. If you're not already a follower and you're not catching me across all platforms, make sure you hop over to my YouTube. Get all subscribed up there. We've got the trade show going tomorrow. Joseph says, is this your full-time job? No, it is not, Joseph. I do not just only sit on TikTok and YouTube and Twitch and give fantasy advice. Although I'd freaking love to. I'd love to make this my full-time job. Unfortunately, outside of this, your boy's got to do normal corporate office work as well. But I do work in sports in some degree. Tomorrow, Wednesdays, San Diego Sports 760. I have my own radio segment every Wednesday. So if you want to catch me on San Diego Sports 760 or through the iHeartRadio app, you can catch me on the radio. That is a part-time gig for your boy. But outside of that, you know, still gotta pay the bills. Would love to do this full-time, though, or to work in sports of some capacity. So, hey, Joseph, you got any connections in the sports world, you slide into my DMs. I'd be happy to make a career transition. I'd be happy, all right? Be very happy to get out of the office. But I do appreciate the support out here. And, hey, if you guys want to help me make this my full-time job quicker, go on over to my Patreon, pinned on my website, or get yourself a Dynasty team review through my website. Any support you got, I'd appreciate. There's also a Buy Me a Coffee link on the website that's pinned on my profile. You can go ahead and donate a coffee to me over there. I would very much appreciate it. This is my second live stream of the day. 2 hours every single stream, twice a day. So always coming out here. And we'll try to do what we can. All right. EI Ram coming through on the chat again. He says Keenan Allen or Chase Brown or T. Higgins or J.K. Dobbins at the flex. Give me these are all decent options. I'll go Chase Brown. Here. All right, Cowboy. What you got, Cowboy? He says, would you do JSN, Kyron, and Chase Brown for Barkley, Henry, and Tyler Warren? Give me the Barkley side. All right. Let's see. Fanta says Judkins over Nico, right? Yes, definitely. Judkins over Nico. Or Rico Dowdle, sorry. Jack Dell says, should I try and flip a Mika for, say, Collins or Wilson? If this is redraft, man, I would be fine taking Garrett Wilson, but, outside of that, then you're fine just holding. User34 said, trade Ibuka for who? Yeah, man, I was saying that a trade I really, really like to do in Dynasty right now is, trading away Emeka Ibuka in a second-round pick for Tetero McMillan in a first. And I'm not kidding. I see this trade happen all the time, and I still think the value is wild because I prefer Tet, and a lot of people are now so high on Ibuka that you could actually make this deal happen, net yourself a free first, and get the better receiver out of it. So Jack Dell says, thanks for your help, GOAT. Appreciate my man. Appreciate you. Thanks for finding me. Thanks for your following along on T-Witch. I will see you early and often. Jack, if you're not already in the Discord, man, come through in the Discord, hang out. In the Thursday night football stream, we'll be watching the game all together, talking fantasy the whole time. It's a blast, totally free, over on my website, dynastypricecheck.com. You can click the join free Discord button. We will be showing the game and talking ball together. My man Mikey, I'll be there. Mikey in the chat, absolute legend. Can't wait to do it. Ryan, thanks for following, man. Chase, thanks for following. Guys, if you're not already a follower here on TikTok and you're watching, make sure you follow so that I can pin your comments just like Ryan and Chase here. Appreciate you guys. Ryan says, give Baker, Olave, Dowdle, and Etienne for Achane, Daniel Jones, and Adunze. I'll be taking the Achane side here. I just think it's a better tier up. I got Dakota coming through saying, trading Jameson Williams for Zay Flowers. What do you think? I think it's a massive W. Jameson Williams ain't done shit for you all season, and you're getting Zay Flowers out of it, who's at least had some good stretches. I'm all about it. Chris Wolf is saying, I'm trading James Cook and Etienne for JSN and Breece Hall. A good trade. I'll take the JSN side here. I'm good with it. Caden, what should I try to trade Josh Allen for? Need a running back? Yeah, Kyron Williams, James Cook, Josh Jacobs. That's what I said earlier. I'm going to stick to it. Rylan. What's up, bro? Give me Baker, Olave, Dowdle. Oh, I did this one. Give me Achane, bro. Good thing I didn't change my answer just because I read it twice, huh? NFL Big Plays. What's up, man? BTJ, Dobbins, and Addison for Javonte. It's a lot. I've got BTJ and Dobbins on my bench. Yeah, it's fine. Give me Javonte Williams then. I'm all good. Matt Orlando, man, says, hope you're feeling blessed. I'm 2-6 with no wide receiver in redraft. Damn, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Matt. Hopefully you're in the Discord, Matt, and next season we can get you right. We'll make sure nothing hurts your team like this again. We don't want to be seeing you in pain, my man. Come through and watch the game with us on Thursday, though, dude. Make sure you come through the Discord. Let's all hang out. Let's watch the game together. It'll be fun, all right? We got Yael over on the tube saying, would you trade away Rico, Chuba, and DJ Moore for Bucky, White, and Calvin Austin? Yeah. I would take the Bucky side pretty comfortably here, honestly. DJ Moore means absolutely nothing to me in this trade. He's a throw-in piece. Will Hoops says, I have Chase, Ibuka, Olave, and AJ. Which two do I give up for a wide receiver one? You're giving up Ibuka and A.J. Brown in a package together, and you're trying your absolute hardest to go get Puka or JSN, okay? I've got Hampton and Golden, yeah, Hampton and Golden for Garrett Wilson. Nah, I'll just hold Amari and Hampton. You've been holding him this long. He's going to come back and give you some solid running back production here. It's Jacob. What's up, Jacob? Thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate you. If you guys are not already following over here on TikTok and you're one of the 120 plus, please go ahead and drop a follow so that I can pin your comment up and make my chat a little bit easier. If you have not found me over on the Tube or over on the T-Witch, your chat experience is going to be even better over there, but I will try to get to everybody regardless. I got Jimmy. What's up, Jimmy? What are my thoughts on Amika? I have them in both. I have both him and Godwin. Who do you think will be better going forward? I mean, going forward, I still think it's Amika. Godwin's coming off this injury, and Amika's looked good. Here's my thing, though. I'm mainly a Dynasty player. Obviously, I'll answer you guys' redraft questions, but in Dynasty, I say if you can trade Amika Ibuka in a second for Tedero McMillan in a first, that is a trade I'm doing every single day of the week and twice on Sunday. I see it happen all the time. I prefer Tet to Ibuka still, even after Ibuka's hot start. I think you're netting a free first-round pick on top of it, and you're getting the better player. Not often do you have the chance to do a trade like that. I love making a deal like that, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, NFL Plays says, I am 4-4. Got Lamar, QB1, or RB1, Kyron, Javonte, CeeDee, Ted, Ferguson, Kenneth Walker. I like the team a lot. If Ken Walker was giving you the production I expected out of him this season, you'd already be good. Should you take Ibuka? I don't really know what that means. Like, should you take him? Just generally? Sure, you could take him. I don't know why you'd leave him on the waiver wire. I don't know what you're going for. 14-man league? That's very good. That's very good, man. All right, Cam's over here saying Trey Tucker for Jameson Williams. Why do I have 4 vetoes in my league over this? That's ridiculous. Shouldn't be any vetoes. Jameson Williams hasn't done jack shit for you. I think Trey Tucker's a top 20 receiving asset. Woo! Another big sneeze. We're going on sneezes today. Guys, we are 1 hour and 52 minutes into the stream. I am getting off at the 2-hour mark, okay? So you got 10 more minutes of your boy right now. If you're not already following, please make sure you follow along here, regardless of what platform you're on, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on the Tube, whether you're on the T-Witch. Would be appreciative of all the support. If you're not already a member of the free Discord, this is your chance to hop in, as my radio show on San Diego Sports 760 is tomorrow, every Wednesday, for my fantasy roundup and my locks of the week. You're going to want to not miss it. It is going to be live in the Discord tomorrow. We are posting the iHeartRadio link so that you can follow along even if you're not local. Would love to see you guys in there. Also tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time, big day tomorrow. We are doing Trade Titans episode 2, going live on all platforms at 5 p.m. Pacific time with a special fantasy guest coming on, another creator. Going to be reviewing all the trades that are going on in the Discord right now, so make sure you don't miss it. Mark your calendars and make sure you're subscribed over on the YouTube so that you can rewatch the long-form video off the trade show. And if you want to submit your trades, you got to join the Discord and post them in the Discord Trade Center. All right, I've got Quentin over on the Tube saying, do you think I overpaid for Puka? I'm in Dynasty and not competing, so I wanted to get rid of CMC, Olave, and T. Higgins for Puka. No, I don't think this is a crazy overpay. I mean, if you're not competing in Dynasty, it's fine. Now, I do think you gave up on Olave a bit early here. I'm not the biggest T. Higgins guy. He's only finished wide receiver 17 on his best season, and that was last year when he finally stayed healthy, and Joe Burrow was averaging over 46 dropbacks a game. Not really a sustainable level of volume. So, yeah, it doesn't make me incredibly excited that you gave Olave up here, because I actually do love Chris Olave, and he's one of the highest targeted receivers in football right now. I'm pretty sure he's wide receiver 9 overall, which he is. But, at the end of the day, you got Puka. Good on you. If it's a shallower format here, I feel less bad about it. If it's a start 11, I'm a little bit more nervous about it, but, it's fine. Barcode here, switching spots like Taysom Hill. Switching spots like Taysom Hill. Okay, that's hilarious, Barcode. Tip my hat to you. I love the reference. I'm looking to upgrade my wide receiver room at all. Currently I have Tet, Devonta Smith, Keenan Allen, and Amon-Ra. I mean, running Amon-Ra and Ted out each week, I got no issue. If you got to flex Keenan Allen or Devonta Smith, that's probably enough to keep you going. I think you're good there, man. I think you're pretty good. Olave's a 5-yard curl merchant. I mean, it's not inaccurate, but in a PPR format, I don't give a shit. Just feed him. He's averaging 9.5 targets a game or something. He's one of the most targeted players in all of football. So I don't disagree with you, but I do think he's also got a pretty terrible offense to work with. All right, Dakota, thank you for the follow, man. Greatly appreciate you. If you are watching over on TikTok and that is where you're finding me, just like Dakota, make sure you're following along so I can pin your comments here, make my chat a bit more readable. Appreciate you. I've got Rashi Rice, A.J. Brown, Wandale Robinson, Jameson Williams, and Terry from Washington. How do I get Puka? Oh, geez. Honestly, if you want to get Puka, you got to take A.J. Brown and you got to take Wandale Robinson. Pair them together. See if you can pair them even with a running back potentially that's on your roster. Like maybe throw in a Jalen Warren into that package and then just try to go get Puka. That's going to be your best bet, honestly. Coop Cribs. What's up, Coop? He says London/Tet or Puka in redraft. Puka. Puka. Juan Street says thoughts on AJ moving forward. I have him Saquon and Rice as my best players. Jacobs and London times Rice. Thoughts on AJ? No, I mean, honestly, man, AJ Brown's just so boom bust right now, and he's being a diva all over the place. Like, yeah. He says, hell yeah, I have Jalen Warren. Dude, how good am I? Dakota, how good am I, man? I'm good, man. I'm good. I didn't even know this, and I'm still finding the right trades for my guys out here. You love to see it. You love to see it. Sorry, I got to get excited about some things on occasion. All right, I've been live for an hour and 57 minutes. Hour 54 minutes, sorry. And this is the second live of the day. Thank you guys for your support as always. As always, Caden is in here saying, Josh Allen, Devonta Smith for Kyron and Lamb. Give me the Kyron and Lamb side. Chase is in here saying, I traded Olave, Swift, and Warren for Achane and Wandale. What do you think? Olave, Swift, and Warren for Achane and Wandale. Yeah, I like this. Achane's a clear upgrade here. I'm good. All right, guys. Deadass. We've had 95 new followers this live. We are 5 away from hitting 100. We have 5 minutes to go in this live. I'm getting off in 5 minutes. If we could get 1 follow a minute here for the next 5 minutes, we'll hit our goal, and then I can go to sleep really, really happy. So if you're not already a follower, please consider dropping a follow here over on TikTok. I promise you won't regret it. We got the live trade show coming to you tomorrow, Wednesday, 5 p.m. Trade Titans is hitting your airwaves. My radio show on San Diego Sports 760 will also be tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Also through the iHeartRadio app. If you're not local to San Diego, you can catch it through my Discord. If you're not already a member of the Discord, send me a direct message right now on TikTok that just says Discord. I'll send you an invite link, or you can find the Discord link on my website pinned on my profile, dynastypricecheck.com. Would be thrilled to see you guys there and listening in on the radio show for my fantasy locks of the week. Zachary is saying, do you think Cam is going to be solid this next year? Of course. I love Cam Scadaboo. I think he'll be fine. Now, my man Mikey out there is a little bit worried about his injury. I don't blame him because it is a tough one, but I do think Cam will work his way back. Taryn says, Jamar Chase, Trey McBride, giving up Bijan Robinson, George Pickens, Tucker Kraft, and Kyron Williams. That's going to be no. I'm just going to hold your package there. Jonathan Taylor for Rashi and Bucky. To be completely frank, man, I know Rashi Rice looks great, but you are finding me hard-pressed to move off Jonathan Taylor at all right now. So I'm going to say no. I just think Jonathan Taylor is one of the only players in fantasy that's completely untradeable right now. Okay? Do we got start McLaurin or Sutton? I'm going to go with Sutton this week, man. I still don't know how Terry's looking with the quad injury and whatever. Hey, yo, hold your package. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Hold your package. All right, Dom Miggy. Dom says trade Keenan, Etienne, Danny for Jay Jettis. Yep, that's a bunch of garbage for one stud. Give me the stud. I got Smitty over here on the YouTube saying Bam Knight, Spears, Hunt, in which order prioritize. Easily Bam Knight. Got a great matchup against the Dallas defense this week. The Dallas defense is allowing everybody and their mother to run all over them. I'm taking Bam Knight comfortably, and I'm not thinking twice about it. Jackie boy, I saw your follow. Thanks for coming through. Jackie says, trade Amon-Ra, Vidal, and Chubb for Chase and Marks. This one for me, man, is going to be the Jamar Chase side. Because honestly, Vidal's a rental. Nick Chubb don't mean anything to me. Woody Marks is probably going to outscore Nick Chubb the rest of the season just off his PPR upside alone. And Jamar Chase is a slight upgrade over St. Brown, even though I don't think it's massive. Jackson Barber, thank you so much for the follow. Guys, we are 1 follow away from hitting our 100 follower goal for the stream. And we are getting off in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Can we get a couple more follows in the next 2 minutes? I'd greatly appreciate it, guys. Jackson says Warren and QJ for Rico and Michael Pittman. This one, I'm going to be taking the Rico and Michael Pittman side. Michael Pittman's giving you top 10 numbers. I don't see that stopping for the rest of the season. Rico finally got the call up today from Dan Canales to probably take over the 1 spot. I like it. We got Jack in here asking a Dynasty trade question. Couldn't make me happier. Jack, we got the Dynasty Trade Show tomorrow. Trade Titans Episode 2, 5 p.m. here on TikTok Live. Can't wait to see you there. Hopefully, if you want to submit your trades, make sure you're in the Discord. Submit them to the Dynasty Trade Center, and I will have them ready for you tomorrow. It's going to be freaking awesome. Trade Zay and Achan for 226 firsts, 127, and 3 seconds. Yeah, I'll take this deal. I mean, like, I love Devon Achan, not going to lie to you. But I think if you're considering making this deal, you probably either, one, aren't 100% reliant on Achan to win. You're either not in win now mode, or, you're just looking to retool the roster a bit. I think the damage that you can do with 3 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks, depending on the league economy and how open your league is to trading, gives you a ton of flexibility. And to be completely frank, I have no problem buying older running backs and just riding them into the ground. Guys, we are going to be live for 1 more minute. We are 2 followers away. If you're not already following, please drop a follow. Let's see if we can hit our goal for the night. I'm going to whip through a couple of more of these questions, and then I am hopping off in 2 minutes' time. I got Kalen in here asking Amika for Ladd, Bill, Travis Hunter. Nah, this just is like a bunch of nothing. Build means nothing to me. Travis Hunter means nothing to me. Ladd McConkey's great, but you're basically switching Amika for Ladd, probably similar range. This is just too lateral of a trade for me. Rhino Sports, what's up, my man? How are ya? Okay. I've got Chino in here saying pick 4 out of the 5 this week. Diggs, Kelsey. Which one was that? Diggs, Kelsey, whatever? Oh, yeah, Ryan. Should I sell Vidal right now in Dynasty? I have Bucky Warren. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely sell him in Dynasty. Can you still get a second-round pick back for him? Please, please. Do what you can. Take Vidal in a 4th and see if you can go get a second right now and print some liquidity for yourself, okay? All right. Love it. All right, guys, we have 1 minute to go, and we are 1 follower away. If we could get 1 more follow to hit the live goal for today, I'd be thrilled. Thank you so much. Let's see. Merrick says, do I trade Bowers and Harrison for Abuka and Adams? I have Kittle. Let's go. Merrick, thank you for the follow, man. We hit our goal. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. He says, do I trade Bowers and Harrison for Abuka and Adams? Yeah, give me the Abuka and Adams. The Adams side here is a massive W. Devontae Adams is a top 10 receiver rest of the season here. Okay. All right, I got Sarah in here saying, should I start Troy Franklin because it's AJ's Brown on bye? Yeah, if that's all your options are, then I'm fine with it. Do you have anything else, Sarah? Like anything better? But if not, then Troy Franklin will probably give you decent flex-worthy opportunity here. Not my favorite, but I think he'll be fine. All right, Luke says pick 2 out of the 3. Shakir, Tracy, Gadsden. I'm going to go Shakir. And I am going to be going with Gadsden, honestly. All right, guys. We did it. That's another 2 hours. We did 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, and we worked all the way in between. Thank you guys so much for your consistent support, as always. A couple quick things before I'm off the air here. Thank you guys so much for your support again. If you're not already following and you're watching over on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, anything, would greatly appreciate a follow and any support you got. You guys are great. I'll be live again tomorrow, just like I am every day, twice a day. Tomorrow, Wednesday, San Diego Sports 760. My radio show will be on at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. Can't wait to see you guys there. It's going to be an awesome, awesome day. We're going to be working it out, having a blast. If you're not local to the San Diego area, please go ahead and follow up on the Discord. You can join my free Discord through the website on my profile, and you'll catch me on the iHeartRadio app there for my fantasy locks of the week. If you're looking for getting your trades reviewed, whether you're redraft or dynasty, The Trade Titans show with another special fantasy guest is coming tomorrow, episode 2 on all platforms, and we're filming at 5 p.m. on the live, so you can come watch the live film. It'll be awesome. Special fantasy guest of your choosing will be on the show tomorrow. I am keeping it in the back burner. The announcement will be in the morning. It's so exciting. We got the second episode coming your way. If you guys want to see me collab with any other people on this trade show, make sure you're tagging them in my videos, tagging me in their videos, and saying, hey, come on the Trade Titans show. You'd love to hear me chop it up with other folks. Thanks so much for everything, guys. Appreciate your support across platforms here. I'm saying goodbye on the Twitch. I'm saying goodbye on the YouTube. I'm saying goodbye on the TikTok. And I see Rachel hopping in here, catching the end of the stream. Thank you, babe. Love you. Thank you, guys. That was another long stream. Voice is tired. I'll see you on the radio tomorrow, and I'll see you for the trade show at 5 p.m. Thank you so much. Members only. We're watching the game Thursday night, answering all your fantasy questions in the Discord. So if you're not already a member of the Discord, make sure you come through with your rosters. I will help you out on Thursday during the fantasy football game to get you started for the weekend. We're going live an hour before the game so that I can get all your lineups set. Thanks for everything. Christian saying, I got one. One thing for you, Christian, because I appreciate you. Nico Collins for Debo and Troy Franklin. That's an absolute no. We're never doing that deal. I want the Nico Collins side every day of the week and twice on Sunday. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you as always. My voice is tired. Go Hawks. Have a great night. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Treat people with respect. Best of luck.